Salam alaikum with magic. And salutations to all. Welcome to the Emperor's Vibe. Y'all feel that? So this is the 31st August, 2023. And I am your host, Imperial Minister Kamamika Ray, for this live full moon super reading series celebration. The moderator today is Abner Fear, and we begin with the reading of our pledge. I have the honor and privilege and pleasure to present to you the Universal Traveler Dweller, the Absolute Royal Sovereign, His Dash Imperial Dash Majesty, Emperor Samhu, and Mini Dash Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. Salam
All
alaikum,
right.
Magic Emperor.
Hey, salam alaikum, magic.
Okay.
Everybody all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Salam alaikum, magic emperor.
Salam alaikum, magic.
Salam alaikum, magic.
Magic emperor.
Y'all seem like y'all tired. Y'all been hanging out. Y'all been
Hanging out. Hanging out.
16 hours.
Hanging out.
How you doing, emperor?
16 hours.
I'm better.
Wow.
See y'all can hang with me.
Yes,
Some of you did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
It was all right.
We need to have more lentil soup.
Lentil soup.
Protein.
I needed drugs.
So we're gonna do our best tonight, right?
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Indeed.
We got 3 out the way. So this might end up being an 8 series,
Mm-hmm.
because after the day we're gonna stop it probably June. Maybe hopefully. So July, say September, maybe. And then we gotta get the rest of them in New Moon. You feel me? So I can close out. I can't close out until I got to get the 70 plus 7 weeks out of the way before I close out. You feel me?
Copy that.
So I have my 580 and I do that on my own. And then we get this 77 plus 7 weeks out of the way. We go forward from there. Y'all all right then, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Emperor.
Better and better.
Good.
Better.
Happy to be here.
Ain't hurt nobody, do
Mm-hmm.
I think I sprung my foot.
He was dancing
Always
too
know
much.
your limitations.
Sometimes that beat gets so hard you forget, right? Especially you got a ton again, you're right. But we have fun. New thing, everything out there so unorthodox, So we do our thing. So it get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't wait for the physical party.
So that's when it's gonna get hard, see. But we're gonna be all right. Let me yield so we can get going. All right.
Okay, thank you. I would also like to acknowledge her Imperial Royal Princess, Huhaika Sampsonell. Salam alaikum magic, her Imperial Royal Princess.
Salam alaikum magic.
Making with magic.
Salam alaikum
Salam alaikum with magic.
Magic.
Princess.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Empress.
Salam alaikum magic.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And on behalf of the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, quote, the oldest independent autonomous autochthon nation on earth, I/we welcome and thank you all for attending this live super full blue moon reading series tonight. We will continue to reflect on the fulfillment of the 70 plus 7 week prophecy of H.E.M's journey. And we celebrated super hard the last 16 hours, celebrating the arrival of the crown and arrival to his Imperial Majesty seat and his solar return. During our scheduled reading, this shadow of the 70 plus 7 week timeline, there will be brief pauses between months to allow for question and answers. We ask that you keep your mics muted, videos off, and accolades, comments, and concerns or questions reserved until such time. Therefore, the following house rules shall be implemented. Number one, we ask that you speak clearly and respectfully when addressing his Imperial Majesty. Two, for those logged into Zoom, we ask that you use the raise hand feature and wait for the host or moderator to call your appellation as you know it's your name. Thirdly, please limit your questions to a maximum of 2 and focus on the subject at hand to limit any confusion and allow others to present their questions. And 4, please state your appellation, your name clearly before asking your question. So we want to thank you again for your attention and cooperation. All right, and we begin with the reading of our pledge. Begin all acts, breathing, and thinking by saying Kalum / all by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers enthroned in the flower of fire. By way of a universal traveler, dweller Emperor Samhu and many Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, Zen Uru, smiley face. The pledge of the Imperial and Imperial royal flags for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States state small s. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial royal flags, I vow loyalty and obedience as I watch them fly to the imperial laws of our Imperial and Imperial Constitution that governs our Imperial and Imperial Royal Empire. To this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the Imperial and Imperial Royal Kingdom, both family and friend. To ensure that all have their equal rights, to this cause I will lay down my very life. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal and National flags, I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal. As I will, so mote it be, chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. I say, so be it, so it is. It definitely shall be so. Quote, Zen Uru, end quote, and power we shall have. Thank you. Ish, know thyself, smiley face.
All right, hold right there. Ain't no questions on this? Nobody? Cause we play it, we come on every night. Every time we come on, we say this. Nobody, say anything. Or you have other governments, de facto, whatever. They have their shows and they have a press secretary out there, and they don't state their pledge and pledge these to flag of the United States. They don't never say that. So we come on and we state our pledge, but nobody never asks no questions why we stay our pledge. So it's y'all supposed to notice. So
Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor.
huh.
What's the significance of our pledge?
I don't know. Tell me, I'm gonna ask a question. I know. Y'all supposed to know.
Well, the significance of a pledge is to hold loyalty to something. It's your oath. If you're
Okay.
pledging, your word is your bond. So
Okay.
this particular pledge holds different authorities. So we pledge to the flags. So under those flags, is equity, there's treaties, and there's responsibilities as well. So when we take a pledge, we say that we are honoring the flags that stand under the crown. So this is the first time in over 500 years that we've had the opportunity to even exercise the authority. So at this particular time, the main pledge is to know yourself, because that will allow us to know how to exercise, to govern as delegated authority from a sovereign. And I yield.
Who want to pick up on that?
Kind of hard.
Yeah, I would add that it's a personal oath. It's a personal allegiance to not just the flags, but your country personally. Whereas when you take an oath,
And who's speaking?
Shajar, can you hear me?
No, I can't. Come on.
Oh, no, I was just saying, pledge is a personal oath and allegiance to country, not just the flag, but your country, your Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic. You've taken the pledge, your oath personally to be loyal and obedient, to uphold all the tenets of what our country stands.
Anybody else?
Salam alaikum with magic. Abner Fear Ray. Yes, I'd like to build on that and add by saying that we are making a pledge that's different than any other pledge because it's a Imperial and Imperial royal flags, and it's for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States small s, which is different than any other state or country that's ever been known. And on that, I yield.
May I be heard?
Who's speaking? Come on.
This is Alan Shajon.
Yeah,
Well, I felt that we say it to reprogram ourselves, because we've been saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States flag for so long that, you know, we have to reprogram ourselves to being loyal to our new flag, which is the Nama flag. I yield.
Salam alaikum magic.
So the pledge,
this is the Jared Shower Ray.
Okay.
So the pledge,
you can bring
it's
a
the
picture
goal.
if you want to. Don't be scared.
I'm never scared.
You ain't got to talk behind the mic.
All right, the Jared Shower Ray. So the pledge is the goal you seek. It's the affirmation that you say every day. It's our culture. It's our way of life. And it's right at the end of the pledge. It tells you right at the bottom, know thyself. So, I yield.
Interesting. Y'all coming up. Y'all stepping up. Look at you. Anybody else?
Yes, this is Zahub. Also, along with what everyone else said, you're pledging your loyalty, sincerity, integrity, and zeal to everything that's under the flag, which also means our diplomatic missions, that you will perform them with integrity and zeal. And you're also pledging your loyalty and sincerity to all non-nationals that are on this ship, and especially to the Emperor. And I yield.
Anybody else?
Tahan Hotep Hatsun Ray.
Salam alaikum wa Matt.
Hold on, got one speaking. Come on, Tim.
You're pledging loyalty is sold to something that you're connected with that was there before, and now you're reconnected with what is yours that you originally come from, and also the flags as well. and you're willing to defend and honor that all the way to the death of you with loyalty and zeal.
All right.
Yeah.
You didn't show your pearly white.
Could you repeat that?
I said you didn't show your pearly whites.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
apologize.
That's cool. Come on, Atum. Show your pearly white. Let me see what I'm talking to here.
All right, salam alaikum, Magic Emperor.
Salam alaikum. I know salam.
Salam.
All right, what you got?
And also add that we are pledging to a de jure flag, not an ex post facto flag, backed by a corporation.
Okay. So then when you say I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and you give your life for that flag, what's the end result of giving loyalty or obedience to that flag? You feel me?
The end result is you just get death. You don't get any reward.
What you getting? Salvation in some deity they created? But you pledge allegiance to the flag, remember? And look at that. How can't have two at the same time. So you pledge allegiance to be a citizen of America, that makes you pledge allegiance to the flag, right?
That's right. Remember.
But at the end of that flag don't have no sovereignty to do it.
Sure don't.
So where the salvation was giving your life to what? A country and a flag without any salvation on the end? We just hope. You know, hope ain't got no strategy, right?
That's right.
So y'all answer that question for yourself. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Bakari Ray, you good?
Oh yes, Emperor. Gratitude.
To Ray Emperor, I would like to give a
can't see your face.
Yeah, I just turned it on. To give a less formal to this particular, when I pledge allegiance to these particular flags, it's like pledging allegiance to defend, my nation, my country, because it's way more than that. It's not just when you pledge allegiance to, when you understand what you're pledging allegiance to in a flag, that's like your whole being.
Exactly.
That's not just a little bit over here and you act like this over there. No, that's your whole being. So that's a way different, look at pledging when you say, I hold my head up high to this cause. I hold my head up high with honor. I pledge to protect and defend all within the Imperial and Imperial.
But you got to stop there because you're not reading. You're pronouncing it. But when you say, when I got the Isle or Egypt or Ra, your mind's supposed to go through all that knowledge that comes from them schools, and that's all of them. See? Because all of them came out of Tamaray. You feel me?
Right.
So when you say I, that carries through all of them. Degree of Christianity, Islamism, Muhammadanism, whatever religion you want. So you identify yourself up to that point. And then you say / I. Now you take man. What's in there? So you're reading, you say, as I stand beneath. Well, you only tell me one side. You feel me? So when you say, as I stand beneath our sacred, Imperial royal flag. So that make you got something on the end. You got a light down there, you feel me? Right. It says, I vow loyalty and obedience as I personally, see, all them energies, watch them fly, you feel me?
Yeah.
To the imperial laws, okay, of our Imperial Constitution that governs our Imperial and Imperial Royal Empire. You know, I flipped it up on this, just mess with you a little bit. You know, where we came from.
Right.
To this cause, I hold my head up high. That's why you walk with your head up. See? And you got your ID, you got your stuff on you. See? With honor, see? I, you getting both of them, see? Pledge to protect and defend. See? All within the Imperial Royal Kingdom. Both family and friend. Okay? And that's why I asked the next point there. You feel me? To this call, to ensure that all have their equal rights. Remember, you got indigenous rights, everything, right?
Right.
See? To this cause, I will lay down my very life. That's what you're talking about, your life. Okay? So when you say that on the other end, or any of them to fight those out there, look what exactly what you're saying. Now you can come back on Sunday and say I love Jesus, and Friday and say I love Jumar and I love Muhammad, all this and that. But you pledge your oath to live, to carry a Social Security card, to carry a driver's license. That's a pledge. Now you can try to be like a mixer and mix it all kind of ways, but at the end of the day, you feel me? You're a citizen of the United States. Well, they got a pledge, whether you like it or not. You feel me?
Right.
As I stand beneath our sacred, you feel me? Imperial royal and national flag, you see? That's I, by loyalty, what? Sincerity and what? Integrity, reserve, right? So you got to know the information on them words, definition, so you can get it. So then I throw some magic in there, you feel me?
Right.
See, because there ain't no magic out there on nothing. So I throw some magic in, then you say your magic, not just mine. So then you throw some magic in, you say what? As I, see? Go back through all them schools. Now you go into your magic / I, see? Will so most it be. So you can't run through it real fast. You got to feel the energy. You feel me?
Right.
Then you say chant the enchantment, and then it's done. See, you doing this, your energy. Chant the enchantment, and then it's done. See? Chant the enchantment, and it's done. Everything going through, you know that. And you got these. So you got Ashe. You got a dash there, but you ain't got to pronounce the dash. You say Ashe silently, give your breath. So be it. See? I could have said Ashe, so it is. Ashe, so it is. But you don't need all three of them. Because you're saying Ashe that, so be it. So it is. It definitely shall be. Why? Because we done stepped up from the so, because that's out there on the market. See, we at the B level now. That's why you don't see the so. You see, we keep moving the so off. See?
Right.
Because I'm a is be. So you see what I'm saying? So
Makes
it definitely
sense.
shall be, because you the is who spoke it, and now it's ready to bring it to existence and send it out there with a what? Be.
B.
See? Then you say what? That ain't been around 30,000 years. You know what I'm saying? You say quote. Zen, you ain't got to press the dash. It's there, but hold your breath. So you say Zen, Uru. See? End quote. See? And power, we. If you're saying it by yourself, I. But we send it as a whole. We shall have to get rid of ego. So then you always give thank you. See? Yeesh. So we don't move to the E now. Okay? But you got an I too. I not the alphabets. Not to not power now, you feel me? And what's the top of every door?
Know thyself.
You know what I'm saying? You see, you got colon out the east. I mean, it's beating, it's ticking forever. Then what they say? Know thyself. See? So you just pronounced that. So now you got to go look in the mirror and see yourself. Because you just spoke this affirmation. You know what I'm saying? The pledge.
Right.
See, you feel me? That makes sense to you? Everybody out.
Absolutely.
I like that part already.
Great
I
breakdown.
yield. Thank
True.
you. Thank you for that.
Yes.
More clarity. I yield.
Yes.
All right, so that's that. Let's move on. Anybody, any more questions? Got hands up? Who we got?
There's currently no questions in the chat, in the Zoom, neither the YouTube. Emperor. Host, it's over to you.
Okay, next slide. The Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s. His-Imperial Majesty, Emperor Samhu, and many Ray, quote, Adelo Yi, end quote. Next slide, please.
Who we got here?
His-Imperial Majesty, Emperor Samhu,
Colon.
Emperor
See, that colon means what? It's ticking like a
Everlasting,
ticking. That's what I'm saying, like a tick, like the clock. You're ticking. So that's who I am. Who this guy? All this light he brings. You know, the crown come on a little bit. Y'all know that. But now we just jamming with you. Who this? Y'all got no questions for me?
That's the Salam Alaikum with Magic Protector. How you doing?
What's up? Question you got for me?
You're talking about the picture that's on screen at the moment?
No, I'm talking about me.
You.
If you want to ask a question about the picture,
yeah.
but I said, it says Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, okay?
Yeah.
And it shows a royal seal coming from the dark into the light. See the dark where we come from? That royal purple. Coming into the light. Because you ain't never seen it before, you see? So then I had to wrap it in a circle and trap the energy. So then I could move on out. See? So it says that's Imperial, that's Majesty, colon. Emperor, colon. Why? Because Emperor's a live being continuously. You see who I'm stepping on the scene at? Samhu, a mini dash Ray, quote. A D, Lo Yi, end quote. See, like when you go back in the old books you read, it say Yi, no Yi, remember?
Yeah.
No Yi. See, I'm coming in letting you know, Lo Yi. Listen. Crown is the essence of the crown. Come on.
And the
It was good?
Yes. Next slide, please.
The expression of Adelo Yi.
Hold on.
Can you give a definition of that terminology there, please?
The crown is the essence of the crown. That's what it means.
No.
I know you're like, huh? Huh?
Okay.
Then you come along and get a crown that's handmade by a king. And he said whoever had this crown fit will rule the world one day. That's the same definition of Ade Lo Yi. The crown is the essence of the crown. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Ade Lo Yi. See, Lo Yi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Feel me? That's why I say if you can't see my light, I can't see you. Makes sense now, don't it? But I had to grow into that. You know, you have a lot of people want you to step up and do certain things for them, and they got all their faith and loyalty and everything across the fence. You feel me? So, you know, you just got, that's why you keep that boundary. You know what I mean? All right, come on. What else you got? Did I help you out?
I yield. Absolutely. Thank you. I yield.
Come on. What we got here?
Okay.
I got this one. Hear ye. See, y'all be saying it wrong. Y'all go back on the cowboy flicks, remember? I'm on English flicks, yeah. You got to say it like that guy standing up. Hear ye. Hear ye. Hear ye. Like a speaker going all over the damn world. You feel me? Yeah. So you can hear it through the clouds.
You need a bell. You need a bell.
Oh,
They normally have a
ring,
bell when they say
ring.
E here, you got the bell.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
The vibrate.
So, and you got that, and you got the authority to do it like that. Why? Because he said what? You got an imperial office that you just established with your authority. See, that's why folk out there don't understand. It's a sovereign state. You can move the way you want to move. So you finally came and did what? Created your office. So you got him and I all there around you. So you had to live long enough to grow it and put it together so it makes sense. You feel me?
Right.
Here you got so much. But you never had about how to E and the I. First time their story, your story, any other story. Around the universe. Why you got two, you got the Imperial and the Imperial. That's way too much energy outside of people knowing. Feel me? Then he said, "For here's that's Imperial, that's Majesty." So you came and changed the norm because you got His Majesty, or H.E.M, they call that on the market. Her Majesty, His Majesty. See, so I come above them. So you see, I had to come in and create a whole new acronym. His dash Imperial dash Majesty. Because only one. You got kings out there on the market today. So His Majesty, what you see it? H.E.M. Now they got to create one for me. H.E.M. Because I'm the one roll that. I'm the only one rolling with that one. You feel me? That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
So you're not, so you say veal, because you still in development and emerging your government. That's all I say about business. So you're using your university here, veal, the Imperial I dash hip dash Q-tip dash, well, university. I dash Imperial I dash him dash Q-tip university. Make sure I get it right for y'all. All right. Then it says what? It's coming through that venue so you can have a celebration. So you can take all that tension around the government that's so strict and everybody, and lose the time a little bit. You feel me? And if you make mistakes, so what? Shoot. Well, you ain't making that many mistakes. But you see, when you give honor your celebration, honor and limits, and my both crown and my earth return. And I'm in that right now. I got everything going on. Oh, the prophesied incarnation on Tar Dash mother, people know Tar. Used to be an old name. And then say Mother Earth, of course. All right. So this is why you see it up here. Here's dash Imperial dash Magic colon. Emperor colon. See the name? Sam who? Well, I can get another vibration. But we leave it alone for today. A many dash Ray. Quote, a day, lo ye, end quote. That quote's been back a little bit. And thanks for me straighten out from last night. Let's go. So it's a live open call like that right now on 2831 through 31. It's the last one today. At 2023, 17, 2000, we always go over. You feel me? So we got to limit it though. Because people got a attention span about 15, 20 minutes. So they see 4 hours, they like, oh, that's a headache. So down the road, we can start cutting it. 30 minutes sessions. Well, as we get more docked on the ship, we'll start cutting these calls right here. Probably might make them about an hour long. Because these people can't, their attention span messed up. But, we're doing our best, right?
That's right.
Right.
Now, y'all that took that full moon picture last night and sent it in when we were jamming on the Empress Vibe. And that Kachina, that blue light, y'all, that was in the sky like that last night? Or y'all somebody messed that up with Photoshop? Or y'all took it just like that?
We took it like that.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah.
So when I see it, I said, that's got to be Photoshop. I know where there's no way you got that kind of energy on my Earth Day.
It was two different pictures, though.
I know. I seen that.
I took mine on the
So it could have
cell
been
phone.
from the cell phone. Could have been the camera. You said?
Well, you got a blue, you got the same blue aura, Kachina look, and you got the full moon, bright blue moon. Then that picture them pictures y'all sent, you can see that blue Kachina on the sides. I'm like, did somebody Photoshop that? Or when they took the picture, that's how they took the picture. And then Command Imperial Minister said, well, it didn't come from the same person. It came from a couple normals. So that's why I said, If it's real, that's some crazy energy in the universe.
They didn't
That ain't showing you coming to your seat. I don't know what else you're looking for.
the blue, what you see right there, the blue Kachina, that's what was in the sky. What you see on the screen right now. That was what was next to the moon.
Well, it was in the universe, and you took that picture, but it just happened at the same time with the biggest moon of the year, the closest to the Earth. All this energy with the hurricane, all this energy with the earthquake, the solar flares, everything going on, and you got a picture like that. That go down in history. Our story. You feel me? You know.
Indeed. Next slide, please.
What we got? Well, we're not staying on this one that long. You know about Sam who went over that last night. All right, let's get down. Come on. We went over this last night. We went over this one last night.
So where we start from today, we start in June.
And my question, y'all see what? Slow down, going through the slide and ask questions. All right, come on. That was January.
All right. Next slide. So this is just a skim through of what we went through for the last few days. And so as we go through the slides, you will have an opportunity to ask questions as we continue through the months. As you see, during the 70 plus 7 week prophecy, there's a lot going on, a lot of questions. So we actually got up to May, talked a little bit about June in Prince Bay. And so as we make these videos available, you'll be able to also enjoy the Imperial and Imperial Royal Annuals for the CMYE-IRKR.
Well, little things got to get straightened out. Some of the stuff got to get straightened out.
Indeed.
Before I sign it in.
Okay, so here we are with the Imperial Royal Annuals for the CMYE-IRKR. And I yield the floor to our first reader.
Salam alaikum with magic. I am Mesker Saleh. I shall continue with the month of June. Imperial and Imperial Royal Annals for the ECMYE-IRKR, June 2022. June 6. Red wind sandstorm reaches US, in parentheses, blood rain. On the 7th, Crown Prince Ramesses Abel Bey, Earth Day, 1954. Peace be upon him. On the 12th, 135 million immortal fire deities. We continue. June 13, economic collapse. Trumpets in the book of, quote, Revelations, end quote, are blowing. Projected living conditions indicate economic collapse. That is, global stocks and government bonds plunge, with the MSCI World Index dropping by 2.95%, the Dow by 4.68%, the S&P 500 by 3.88%, the stock Europe 600 by 2.41%, Japan's Nikkei 225 by 3.01%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng by 3.99%, and South Korea's Kospi by 3.99%. 0.52%. June 13th, Hufu, Ronob, Zodak, Samson L. nationalized as Yamasee Native American Mer. Are there any questions for this slide?
Yes, there's a question from the YouTube world. This question is from Bryce Griggs. It says, Chief Best Summer Fox, explaining the pledge allowed me just now to break the attachment of all things. Question, Emperor. Are you eventually going to start a new calendar for Namas to focus on?
Yeah, we already got one that's been working on now. It's already adopted in the Constitution. Just got to get updated. They're working on it. Of course, we got everything to be evolved. Everything got to be revolved around your culture and your identity.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of templates out there that we left unbeknown to us back then, that we would come back one day and claim our seat. So all governments out there came from us. Let's get that straight. So that makes it shouldn't be that hard for you to transcend to learn how to run your own ship. But yeah, everything will be catered to your normal culture. Make sense to you?
Makes sense. Thank you, Emperor, for answering the question. Thank you. Over to you, Rita.
Say the 12, y'all know that 12 was hot. That was a 135 million more if I did this. Once I passed that mark, y'all see right after that. To it. And then you got what? 13. That's when they were talking about all that stuff out there on the market. Jesus and all that coming, all that stuff. I remember some of that stuff. Then 13, the main one, all that economic class, I don't see how that's gonna blow. They don't need to fly down the road. 13 down here on 13. And that's way important, see, because that's the nationality that shook the whole world, really. Because you created your own brand. You got Yamasee Native American Mer. I ain't never heard of it. Okay. Because he was already a Washington Mer. So then you got nationalized as the Yamasee Native American Mer, outside of being just a Native American. So that was separated from the Creek Nation, all that crap they had out on the market then. And then I got nationalized by Commander-in-Chief Black Eagle, quote, Thunderbird, end quote. And at that time, custodian appointed a custodian to the government de facto with that non-resident alien crap down in Georgia. Okay, that's what's on that docket. So that's phenomenal. But you create your own, you see, you create your own venue. You ain't sit there. Everybody missed it back then, right?
That's right.
So that happened in maybe 19 years when y'all wrote this. Well, it'd be the 20th year right now. So it'd be the 20th year, which is the Anunnaki's number of that nationality. And I'm at my appointment level. So you see what nationality mean now? Way outside what some folk out there telling, right?
That's right.
All right. You said Red Wound Star. Man, this Crown Prince Rams of Bell Bay right here. This is the 7th Marquis de Masson Rule. Get your look on. Cut this madness out of, okay? He all will be Doc. My brother, okay? Now, when this get updated, make sure you put Imperial Crown Prince. Because that's how they always, in the old doctrine, you always, that's where the E came from. There wasn't no E without the Washington. You feel me? Well, you see, Morocco got the I, right?
Right.
E with Washington. All right? Next slide, come on. All right, somebody got something in this. Somebody got a question in chat. What we got?
Yeah, we have a question from Daniel Shujar. Question is, what role did Crown Prince Ramesses Abel Bey, peace be upon him, have in your journey and as far as the government?
You go to the next slide. I'm cool with it. Crown Prince Ramesses Abel Bey nationalized me as a double chief. In other words, he put everything under me. Okay? The indigenous Washita nation that the Empress Vediasi created with the Empire Washita de Money, well, that ceased to exist March 2003. It became the United Washita de Money because it had its own state. So we don't question that move. They had a right, but they don't understand contract. Once you became a sovereign state, they didn't understand what a sovereign state is, you see? That was it. Because from the indigenous nation, yeah, you got an indigenous Washita nation based on 21593 number, tracing the bloodline all the way back, but you ain't got no venue to do nothing. So when we created United Washita de Maya, that was the first time you had a venue, even with King Louis XVII. And with Saint Aya Maria, with her being the empress. You know, I gave that seat, that state put the authority, the de jure, back under the de Masson rule. Where his bloodline can come and claim the throne of France. Y'all didn't see how deep this go, did you? Because his bloodline never got cut off. And then by him marrying the empress of the Washita, he had more authority than he had in France. Or that bloodline, let's put it that way. See it now? So that's what Crown Prince did. Crown Prince Ramesses Abel Bey. So with his authority from the empress, you have your first republic under the nation. None of them cats out there understood that. They was out there all brainwashed into that UCC and Date Miller. That's why I told you, remember I told you we were having that, me and that boy the court. We were going back and forth to the court. And I said, Date Miller don't need you. We say, you don't need Date Miller needs you. He said, why? And I said, I can't even go there with you. If you don't understand what we at. So that's why all that crap was going on out there. They didn't know what they were doing. They want to run up to the UN as if they can get permission from the UN when we already gave you permission to create your own damn state. That's why we had to keep it quiet. And that's why I'm a double chief. Because they didn't know what they had. And we wasn't in the rush to tell them neither. You see, so when he nationalized me as Chief Maku, see, you get nationalized as a number. You're not getting nationalized as an emperor. See, that's the difference. So I got nationalized as a chief. That make head of the government. You can't go no higher. See, so wherever they attempted to place you, you was outside all their venue. Why? Because you had a sovereign state status. And then you wouldn't got your signature, full faith and credit in Georgia in 2020 and 20 June 2023. Then you proceeded to get your signature authenticated with full faith and credit at the State Department 11 March 2004 rather. See, so with now your signature, you have a sovereign signature that got full faith and credit from the corporation. You didn't need the corporation to give you the sovereignty. You got that through your own state. And then by you being nationalized a double chief under the United Washita de Maya of the Imperial Indigenous Washita Nation, that's on record as the oldest independent autonomous That's when we added autonomous, but autonomous government now nation on earth, because we got both of them now there. That was just one on the UN writing. But we see we got both of them. Autonomous, that's autochthon, which is sovereign, autochthon on international arena indigenous, for those who don't know. So you had all that, but you see I had to mold it and put it together. So you see I did in my mind, I did a damn good job. Because you wasn't no fight, wasn't no competition. You just had to grow into the authority from that realm, not knowing you had divine authority, royal authority, universal authority, all that until you got older. But during this time, and fighting the post office and all that stuff in Georgia, remember, I was fighting the post office, Georgia, and the OIG, Officer of Inspector General. All three at the same time and beat all three of them by myself. I couldn't get past this contract. Still can't get past the contract. It's outside their jurisdiction. So we had to get quiet back in the day a lot of times because everybody always, fear. They'll take you out, all that crap. So you just stop talking because their mind can only go so far. That's all it is, fear. You feel me? So Crown Prince Ramsey Bay, well, he docked it. He did his job. That's why I raised him last year when I called all the seven, all the bloodline. Called all of them. That's why I'm the 8th Marquis. So I'm the 8th coming in line of the D-Mason rules to literally rule France. Today, man, I got a president. That's not royalty, that's democracy. You got all these bloodlines over there now, because I'm out here talking, and I'm on the scene, so they starting to go all through. The bloodlines going all the way back. A lot of people know about this story behind the scene, okay? We went too a little fast with the slide. You got one before that. You gotta go through this. No, that's Nathan. So playing language there. You hear me? So Crown Prince Ramsey Bay, he did his job. Y'all think he did his job now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, too.
Oh yeah.
What was his main
yeah.
job? His main job do what? Find me.
Yeah.
What he say? I did my job. What you mean? I found you. So where you think Thunderfire come from? That young man right there, see?
Okay.
So he's seen something in me that I didn't see in myself by then. That's why he told me don't believe nothing on here. Same thing old heads tell me, all of them. You don't believe nothing, nobody tell you. Don't hear nothing, because they're all trying to steal your energy. You see what happened? When you try to steal something you ain't giving, you get cursed to hell with 26,000 years, right?
Right.
Or whatever. Now we call it DG5. We call it DG5. We don't call it hell. That's gonna scare you. I want you to be calm. I won't burn the shit out of you where you think. So we're gonna call it DG5, right? I got control of that. All right, what else we got?
Emperor, can you please
They help you out with Crown Prince, the Imperial Crown Prince. And it's supposed to be all cap. That's why you see the Imperial all cap crown, because that's it, even out of all the crown princes on the world, even Morocco, all these in line to get a seat. Nah. The Imperial crown all cap prince of the Washita, Washita Mir, the Maya. That's the crown prince on the land. That's what's under my cap. You see, you go back and look at my declaration. What? I got the uppercase, lowercase crown and prince, and I got the all cap crown, uppercase, lowercase prince. I got both of them. Y'all check that out, D.
Wow.
All right, come on. Next slide. Unless you got another question.
Yeah,
Y'all got
question.
something to add?
Emperor, can I just ask what does the term or title double chief mean? Double chief.
You got you in both venues. So because in our language you got Maku. In English you got chief. Either the one of them titles, you have to have substance or a venue to claim that you are chief. So you got all these cats that claiming they chiefs, and they have no venue to dock nothing. So that's why when I talked to that boy down in Georgia back in 17, I asked him about that little situation that was going on for the last 10 some years, but finally got around to it. And I said, so why are you sending all these guys out here on the market that come through your clan, and then they leave you and they dock this chief? So this fool gonna say, if I'm calling him a fool, but it sounds like a damn fool, that he's the grand chief. I'm like, grand chief of what? So you the grand chief. So now you putting all these people that a lot of these tribals, no disrespect to them, but they never register with the BIA becoming the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Okay, they never got. So he thought he could bring all them under him, and he the chief. And as long as they sell everything over to him or put everything under him, they become little baby chiefs. Y'all see how stupid that's at? They call themselves Masino, all that crap out there, no? We were cracking up. Because we like, where your venue at? See? Because we know the government. So if you ain't operating under the government, that make you operating under Georgia and the tax code. So where you giving all these so-called chiefs commission to walk around on the land and claim to be a chief when you ain't got no land? If you trying to say that you, with the treaty of peace and friendship between the United Washington War, no, say it right, CMYE-IRK embassy, Ville, the Amsterdam government, okay, and United Washington money, if you attempting to run that because of the land that the Washington got, where your status at? So that's under me, been under me. You can't go claim to be close to their family that you play that game with them as if they got some status over the land. They ain't got no status over nothing. That corporation. So if they run under you, they ain't no better than they were before they worse off than they were before they went over there, because now you're gonna be docked as non-resident alien. That's worse than a citizen. Go read it. Don't believe me, go check it out. So you see, that's that trick or trick they played on these people. So where you getting that you a grand chief over who? You ain't a grand chief over the governor of Georgia. You ain't the grand chief or the chief of staff of the president of the United States. So where you get this chief and all these guys out there claim they chiefs? Where they getting all this stuff from? When they not even man enough or noble enough to go register for the BIA, even though Dick Cheney back in the day said they wasn't gonna be no more after 201, 202 back in them days. But that's to be questioned. If you got some legitimate status, you can test anything. So why don't they go that route? See? But they want to get out there and say they're indigenous, they're a chief, and they got 4 squaws and all that macho motto stuff, and they got nothing. At the end of the day, it looks so stupid because the sisters in there taking over the Social Security and all that stuff that's coming to these dummies, and they got military, they running that stuff. See? Then waiting on Jesus or Muhammad or God or somebody to die for you, dumbass, when it's time for you to croak. Ain't got nothing with them. So this is an indigenous sovereign nation. So now you talking about this brother right here? Crown Prince, Imperial Crown Prince, Imperial all cap Crown Prince, Ramesses of Bell Bay, the 7th Marquis de Massaru, to the heir of France. That's what I mean. Seventh Marquis de Rouge meaning you the heir to the throne of France. Seriously. So I'm the 8th Marquis. You know me go put that coat on? See, but that's one of my coats. Not the only coat I wear. See, I got absolute. That's what I'm wearing. But one of my hats is King Louis XX. And whenever I get down to take care of business on that level with France or whatever did on our property, that's when we go to that level. Right now, it ain't worth talking. Because you don't understand. Way outside your vein. Because you got looking at them people in Britain, you think they royalty and all that kind of stuff. So your mind is warped. You feel me? When you got real royalty right here in front of you, you can't see it. But that's why they say you got blind over your eyes, right? Come on. They help you out. So did I answer the question once and for all? For
Yes, for that.
Thank you, Emperor. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. A following question, Emperor, in relation to on the 12th, where it says the 135 immortal fire deities. There's a question in the Zoom chat by Leroy Mattis asking, where do the immortal fire beings come from?
You just stay with immortal fire. That should keep you comfortable. Keep you on the airplane. Just
grounded.
Look at immortal fire. You want to go where they come from? You see, that's them questions. You just keep moving. You couldn't handle it if I told you, and it ain't for the tell because it ain't nothing spoken. Because if you know where to meet me on a certain level. So that's why I gave you the way I did it. Immortal fire deities. In other words, which you look at as a god, that's deities. All of them could be considered a god figure. They're immortal. Gotta catch that, dude. We good on that question? Help them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
All right, come on over to the next slide. Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emperor. Then you, Miss Curry.
Okay, we continue. Imperial and Imperial Royal Annals for the CMYE-IRK June 2022 continues. On the 21st, summer solstice was one of on the record books featuring one climate catastrophe after another. Sweltering weather, exponentially intense wildfires, and cataclysmic floods. On the 23rd, thousands of healers/witches were convicted of witchcraft and were executed in Scotland between 1563 and 1736. A pardon and an apology was made on 8 March 2022. And this is connected with the photo to the right, which reads, over 400 years after the fact, Scotland is finally apologizing to the thousands of people that were accused of witchcraft and executed under the country's Witchcraft Act. Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, made the announcement on International Women's Day, describing it as an, quote, egregious historic injustice, end quote. In the formal posthumous apology, similar to the way that the Salem witch trials resulted in dozens of false accusations, the Scotland Witchcraft Act made the practice of witchcraft or associating with witches a capital level offense and was responsible for the deaths of an estimated 4 million people, most of whom were women, from 1563 to 1736, and that came from the paper. We continue with the dates. On the 25th, start of birthing pains for His Imperial Majesty, full colon. On the 25th also, A surprise solar storm hit Earth just before midnight UTC on June 25th and continued throughout most of June 26th. On the 26th, Chief: Space Black Eagle, Thunderbird, Solar Return Day celebration. The 28th, new moon, 10:55 p.m. EST. The moon goes dark.
You don't see no fire there.
Correction. June 28th, new moon. 10:53 p.m. EST. The moon goes dark in the sign of the crab, offering a lunation to cleanse and ground oneself in the start of summer. On the 30th, 153 million immortal fire deities. Are there any questions on this slide?
All right, let's look at this. All right, let's look at this. Let's see what we got here. Get some of this stuff straightened out. All right, y'all taking notes, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We took notes back in June, July, May, and I don't see corrections. So we're gonna go over. We're gonna get this thing. I gotta stamp this in. Y'all don't understand that, evidently. All right. Over here on the right, that's an image of some say of a warlock or a witch with a hat, walking in the smoke or the fog of the. And it says what down here? It says what? Oh, 400 years after the fight, Scotland is finally apologizing to the 1,000 people that were accused of witchcraft and executed under the country's Witchcraft Act. You know, it's kind of flawed if you apologize to people that did, you know. What's this right here? Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, made the announcement on International Women's Day, describing it as, and quote, ingenuous, historic injustice, end quote, in the former post-hominous apology. If they seemed like they was trying to attempt to escape punishment. When y'all say that, it seemed like that would be something.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's what I'm thinking.
Correct. Yeah. You know, because I didn't ever say I was nice, but that's after the fact.
And you look at how long it's been. So all of this happened after the gates of hell were open.
I don't fully understand. And it says similar to the way that the Salem witch trials resulted. That sounds like African American trials, right? And does come on, man.
Yes, it does.
Listen, and does in a false accusation. All right. The Scotland Witchcraft Act made the practice of witchcraft and associate with witches a capital level offense, like smoking weed, right? And we're responsible for the death of an estimated 4,000 people. See, you know, they say 4, you know, it's 40, right? So now 40,000. Most of whom were women from 1563 to 1736, end quote. Space dash wave the paper. All right. So, seemingly, I touched the nerve with the whole world by even bringing Agnes Sampson out of the dead. You feel me?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I touched the main nerve, see? And then I touched the real nerve Because now it ain't just someone speaking the fact. He's the one that they was hiding or speaking of, as they say, the one we dreaded walks, remember? So now it makes sense, see? So they say she was the oldest. So look at my bloodline there, right? Come on, man, wake up. If I'm able to go 430 years back and say an affirmation, Psalm 91, Psalm 2, Psalm 23, and the sacred psalm that ain't been around over 30,000 years, and end it the way we ended it, and you able to go release a soul that's been trapped for 430 years. And then you releasing that soul that's trapped, you open up the gates. So that's where the soul was trapped at, behind the gates. Y'all didn't catch that part, did you?
Yeah, cool.
Feel
now.
me? So when I open up them gates, who you let out? That trapped soul that can never die, which is what? The royal bloodline. Y'all really seeing it now, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Yes. So then they came and trapped the royal bloodline in some abyss through these spells, they say, and gave you a story about some guy that start with a J, and it was a nice story. All this loving and giving to others, you had them doing to you. You know what I'm saying? Walking on water, waking up the dead, and dying for people's sins, and it's embedded the whole world in the last 2,000 years. Or late 430, you see how bad it is now. And it has no meaning because that whole character was a fictional character. It's kind of amazing how in our day and time they got the Marvel, to keep people in that illusion with that, because it coincide with this Christ story or this Mahdi story. And you got these Supermans and Aquamans and the Hulks and all that shit all programmed in your brain. So you see how they just got you all mixed up like a scrambled egg?
Right.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what if y'all wait? Y'all thought something else was coming for you? You know? So oh yeah, well that's been happening on the 21st June. That was news. That was that's been another sun cycle, summer solstice. So when that fire that was coming out during that time, man, all that stuff is written, okay. It says here, okay, then so why 23rd June? That's when they announced it to the world, but it said it was done on 8 March. You got an 8 there, right? Y'all didn't catch that, did you?
Right, they begin announcing it.
Okay. You see how they did on 8 March, right?
It was done.
Tell you how long that public notice stay out there. See how quick they answered it.
Mm-hmm.
So that make everything I was saying that public notice was what? Fact.
Right, and it's fact. Factual.
Everybody thought I was joking. You remember we had some cats come out talking about I didn't do it. It was the ancestors in Africa do it. I told them to prove it, right? So I wrote this story. I can prove mine. But you can't prove where you get some illiterate because they want to steal that light. You can't test that light. All right, so they say, ooh. Oh, that's that start of birth pain, y'all. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was signing in the public notice press release. Remember that was that we signed in on 21st. That's why I was supposed to be on the 21st. That's when we supposed to sign in on the public notice press release. And then I was signing in the Declaration of Mailing on the 25th. And we had finished the call that night, and that's when that pain started, unbeknown to us, that was gonna be around for 396 damn days, right? So then you didn't know at the end you had to come and affidavit yours because who you is, you had to come and dock your pain, you feel me? So then yours turned out to be an affidavit form. It makes sense, right? But you didn't have no clue until you came up on it, right? So we're gonna keep going, right?
Before you go
All
further,
right, see, because this is new to me right here, because I was in pain, so I definitely missed this part. And I didn't really have no time to think about this guy right here. So, but that's cool. He's in our doctrine. All right. But if you're gonna put him in there, you gotta put his time here. Because he's like 77 last year. Then you would have said peace, PW, peace be with him. See? That's how so let's get y'all some corrections, all right? And then see this surprise solar storm hit Earth. See, I was in pain. Y'all see what happened? I didn't even know this was going on. So this new me. Because that was the most severe pain I ever seen in my life. And look what was going on at the same time. So I did not know this till now. Because I didn't hear you read it while ago, so I stepped over to make me a Empress tonic. So, I'm like, okay. Because that just makes a lot more sense now. Because that birthing pain I had to deal with, because y'all know that pain was, yeesh. He said on 28, new moon. This is cool. That's why I say y'all wrote this. Give me something here, but I can go ahead and share it with you now. Okay. Because y'all didn't have no clue, but I never showed nobody. Okay. So the 28, new moon, 10:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? All right. That's the night that I had a procedure done. Y'all never knew that, remember? I went in on 25th and they left, but the pain pill for that kidney stone was no good. So that shit went up to another level. When I went back to the 28, remember? I went twice, then they went to the VA, and then they did that procedure on 28. So you see right here, new moon came in at 10:53 p.m. Didn't know nothing about it to me. And that was when all that procedure stuff was going on. And it said the moon goes dark in the sign of the crab, offering illumination to cleanse and ground oneself into the start of the summer. Wow. Yes. I was in no pain. So I tell y'all, I said, you know that pain, you wouldn't sign that damn contract, right? So you can't come back and say, I ain't got time to play. I done been through the pain. I see the pain of my ancestors. So I had to come get it. You feel me? So now what we got down here on the 30th. So while I was in recuperation, I picked up my 153 million in mortified damages on the 30th. Y'all keeping good record. That's interesting because the 30th of June 2003, that's when we walked into court. And June 30th, 2023, I got 153 million in mortified damages. And you can't make that shit up, can you?
No.
That's 20 years. So in 20 years, I picked up 153. Perfect timing. That's why I'm saying, yeah, look at the timing. That's why I'm telling about that storm coming up. Some people got hurt. I don't get caught in that. You got to look at everything that just transpired. Okay? They said what they said, and then they seen this storm that they said we're going to come through and fly. They seen it stop, go backwards, sit still for 70 hours, and then moved up at a certain pace to be able to get a what? What I said it was coming on Cat 3, a heavy Cat 3, a high Cat 3. And that was a prediction I said we watched it happen. You feel me? So, and it came on my Earth Day. And then it crossed land on my 31st right now. That's going back out to the Atlantic off of North Carolina coastline. Preferably down by Sunset Beach, we'll see. They saying Wilmington, well, Wilmington from Sunset Beach ain't 30 miles. So you see how big that damn eye is. So it just depends on how they gonna wrap that little aerial they got. You feel me? But y'all know who been down there with me, and you know all the way down to murder, all that, all the way down there. Y'all know, you know where you was at. So you see it on the big picture. You're seeing that it's coming. It's going right back out. Well, we down at the sun. Remember, I was walking backwards on Sunset Beach, so I seen the sun dog actually get created in the damn sky. If I was walking forward, I would have never seen it. But I was walking backwards. That's why I told you that was a blessing, they say. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yes.
That was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Blessing, which don't want to make you feel good. But you want both of them come in. That's the night I told you. That was the same night that I was walking. When I told you they sent the black helicopters. And then I told you, I showed you all filming. I showed you the boat was out there, constantly like nosy. I didn't know what, like what they know. Now I see it, could have seen that light around me, you feel me? I'm trying to figure out who the hell I was, right? Because you watched that sun dog and I took pictures of it. You feel me? And then we had that call that night on 8. Remember that word? The sunset, all that energy.
Yes.
So you moving. So that was a month before they gave this partner out. No, that was a year. That was 11 months after they gave this partner out. You had your that was 2023. That was 11 months after that. So that's why I told you when I was coming up, they said what? You can't be happy until you finish your mission. You didn't have no clue back then, you feel me? You tell a 17, 16-year-old that, right? First thing you trying to figure out, why you talking about with a mission? You don't find out till a mission till you go in the military. Then your mind, you like, well, they said I got a mission. You didn't have no clue, you had to come put it together. You did your best to fit in. But it just wasn't made for you. You did your best to have friendships and relationships. It was just all emotion. You had to come free your soul. That was way more important than material wealth. You know what I'm saying? Now you're at this level, going to another zone, way opposed to what everything on the world going on. But you see the world kind of attempting to change, like I told you, when this man show up or this energy show up, war, all that stuff going on. Now you see it's getting ready to light fire in Africa or Kemet. You coming in. So that's why I say get your life jacket on. You can't swim. More, we gotta get back on the water. Come on, y'all. Make up. Back on the water. Come on, you're more. You gotta stop mooring. Come on. I didn't catch that though. You be all right. Yeah. What else we got?
Emperor, there's a two-part question in the chat from Nana Shujar. First one was asked, did they ever say how old she was? Like the exact.
They can't tell you. Say the oldest. They have no clue.
Okay. And the second part question was, why did you have to log your pain?
Why I had to what?
Why did you have to dock your pain on the 25th?
Oh, I had a slight clue till I did it. And so, in at that level during that time with the appointment and everything, you is who you is. So you're gonna have thousands and thousands and thousands of citizens around the world. They're gonna ask certain questions at certain levels. So when you coming like I'm coming, they want to hear about that pain. Where is it docked at? You feel me? So when it was time to write it, I said, well, damn, I've been writing affidavits, 20 years. So you got to write an affidavit for your pain. So it must be, that's affidavit of truth. So that's to verify that you went through that birthing pain that they say you had to go through to fulfill your mission. So you can't get to the next step or the next part of your mission until that part was complete, which I had no clue that it was going to be 396 days. You feel me? And then you look at the magic behind 396 or 369, you see it all in there. And now that you ended it perfect, remember? And now you at your point today, 31st, your arrival, because you at 58 number 3. And you got your 580. So now you got to calm down and relax a little bit so you can get September in, get this finish up this 70 week plus 7 and get these boarding passes docked in. And then that way you ready to roll out when the, you know, as we say, when the bell rings. That makes sense to you?
Makes sense, bro. Thank you. Now you.
Yes, I'd like to make a correction for June 26th, which states Chief, space, Black Eagle, quote, Thunderbird, end quote, Solar Return Day.
What was the correct?
I said Thunderfire.
Oh, you did?
Yes. That's when you said
we
there's
gotta
no
get
fire
crossover
there.
every now and
So
then, right?
but I
We
never
can't get
caught
crossover
onto
every
it
now.
until I looked at it again.
I said we gotta get crossover here and there.
Okay,
That's the official chief, first chief for the Yamasee Native American Government Bureau of Yamasee. And that's when he docked the United Wabanese Moors Constitution into the government. And that's why I told them folks out there who, you know, they had no authority to do anything with that Constitution to this day. So when he dropped the Constitution on the Yamasee Native American Government Bureau of Yamasee, he said, now the Constitution has a home. Okay, so he was saying that when you got a Constitution, you got a home, can't nobody touch you. But see, they chose not to get nationalized in the government, like he told them. And you see how that turned 20 years later. But for the Constitution, see, the United Wabanese Moors Constitution is the Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Kingdom. It said I'm at the 4th level now. So the first level is what the chief did here. Okay. The second level is what my Afro-Yamasee clan did via my Yamasee Native American government. See? That's why I say you gotta go to treaty first, my Afro-Yamasee, via Yamasee Native American government. That's how it worked. Okay, then he made a constitution out. When he became a clan chief, he had to take the my Afro-Yamasee became clan. So that constitution, which had a 6-pointed star seal on it, now the passports have the praying man on it. Okay, so for those who missed that trip, so then by him claiming that he was the only family, Chief Black Eagle, quote, Thunderbird, end quote here, he never knew that there were 3 other families. Because you got more signatures, like I told you in the Declaration Decree, but there was 4 families. Okay, so nothing came down because of that lie that was put out there. We didn't care, but we knew what we did. And because nobody steal my damn signature. So whatever war I had to take, you see which one I took, right? So he never said anything or chastised none of the other families. Then Hadik, well, Hamoon, they all dropped their venue under me. So I got all 3 of them families, both of them families. So that's when I created the empire with my authority from the United Washington Money as the head, because Crown Prince Ramsey Bay, peace be upon him back then. Peace be with him now, because I raised him. He left. So there wasn't nothing else out there. Nobody could touch what I did. And why get people upset? Because you didn't tell nobody. I had to tell nobody it's my property. It's for you to go find out if you're trying to claim my property. Because when I come after you, I got facts. So if you going out there and did something after on my property, well, you got a chance in our court to prove that your status is straight to use my property. Even if the law, no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Okay, how you try to use it? So that Constitution now was the Imperial Constitution of the Continental Moorish Empire, which moved up and was with my authority. You had powers instituted because of my authority. I'm an Imperial Constitution monarch. So then I can delegate that. That's why you're running now. You see? So now that Constitution is being updated for or revised for, because you got all three crowns. You got so much, so you got to put it all, in that one banner. That ain't gonna be touched for, none. So that's the root of it right here. So when I say I got to go talk to my brother, well, that day is already set. Okay, so he got to do what he got to do into that meeting, because he's officially on record since that motu proprio I sent out, and that de facto board down in Georgia. He officially on record for the first time. Seriously, as the chief of a sovereign state. See, but they try to hide it. I told you, try to all that. So that motu proprio, and they're trying to figure out why his situation changed, because his status changed. They know that man ain't no D, whatever they got him in. He's told from a sovereign that this is who he is. Okay, and he's under my seal now. But that corporation, I deal with that as we get moving with the lawyers. I ain't got time for it. But just to protect that property, that's why I send that out. Same thing with the Empress. Same thing with Drew Ali. It's my property. Let me move the way I want to move. I moved with perfect timing last time I checked, right?
Right.
So what else we got here?
Yes, indeed.
Did I help y'all out with the Chief Black Eagle? I know a lot of you got emotional attachment.
Yes.
Yes.
100. Indeed.
Yep.
All right. What else we got here? Next slide.
I yield the floor to the next reader.
Go back up one slide. One more. Okay. There was a month, but it didn't take. All right, we can move on.
Assalamu alaikum with magic. Case of the TMA Dumasani Ray, reading July and August. July 4, 2022. Assalamu alaikum with magic, first emperor. And July 1st, July 22nd, for July 2022, corrected, Benjamin Franklin wrote in 1775, quote, a declaration, end quote. 13 July 2022, there was a super full moon. 15 July 2022, City of Philadelphia in the city of Philadelphia is how it should read to complete the sentence. In the city of Philadelphia, the Moroccan flag was raised in front of City Hall in an official ceremony on 2019, the 3-year anniversary of diplomatic recognition as Moroccan-Americans also happened. 16 July 2022, Archbishop Milton Isaac Brown, solar return 1937, space, peace be upon him, in parentheses, is credited with providing official records to the empire 18 July 2022, Continental Moorish Yamaxi Empire - Imperial Royal Kingdom, 2007, :space, was its 15-year anniversary. 18 July 2022, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and additional articles from 1787, marks 235 years of the treaty's ratification, in parentheses, longest standing treaty, end parentheses. 28 July 2022, new moon, sovereign observance. Any questions? That's all we have for July.
Assalamu alaikum with Magic. I have a quick question. Could you expand on what sovereign observance defines, please?
Oh, they can answer that one.
Yeah, for the new moon.
I mean, yeah, you got enough knowledge on here to answer that one. Sovereign observance. All right, and you know, you know.
All right, so
Would you like me to repeat the question? Brother.
Anyone else wants to, I will go, but if someone else wants to.
Yeah, the question is for the new moon that happened on 28th of July 2022. Could you define what sovereign observance means?
Those are two separate things. The new moon was just for that. Sovereign observance, July 28th was, if I'm willing to be corrected, the sovereign observance, July 28 July. It's the day that the
What you studying on, man? What you got?
Excuse me, Emperor.
I said, what you studying on? Come on, what you got?
My notes, but I didn't write that down. The sovereign observance is for the constitutional Moorish Empire's origin.
Wow.
let me help my Nanya out. So
Y'all better say y'all better help them out.
As part of our culture, all right. So if you go check the record as far as culture is concerned, indigenous cultures around the globe, whatever, even going back to ancient times, the signs were in the heavens. So we know that the new moon, you know, is a symbol of like a new beginning. You feel me? And so we mark that in our calendar for all time, that as we go through, we have a sovereign observance of the new moon as it comes in. We have our rituals that we do on that day. You feel me? As far as our culture is concerned.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right. We take the time out, you know, they will call it a quote holy day. Well, it's a sovereign observance for us, right? That would be our holidays, you see?
Well, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Is that good for everybody? Do I need to
I
clarify?
don't know. Is it good? I don't know. Is it good?
Yes, yes, that's satisfactory. Thank you. How you? Thank you.
All right. Hashtag, as our Imperial Minister says, Nama culture.
Satisfied with sovereign government. That's all y'all got, right?
Manjeti by Utu Ray. I would like to add a little to that. The new moon sovereign observance has always been a practice since ancient times, because our people have always understood the connection with sovereignty, the heavens, if you will, and themselves. Okay, so just in our being raised in this society, we've not understood that. We've been taught different. We've been trapped in a religious spell, if you will. So that has always been a practice. So because we understand that moon, sun, those are sovereign spheres. Those are our ancestors. That are you.
And just to add to that, right now, speaking of sovereign spheres, you have the sovereign of the sun spheres amongst us. That's one. And two, just going back to our affirmation of knowing thyself, right? So our Imperial Minister has taught a lot on when the moon comes in, the different energies that come along with it and how it pertains to you. You feel me? And so the moon, new moon comes in and it might be a time for cleansing. You feel me? New moon comes in, it might be in the harvest season, because that's the other part of the moon rotation. It marks, at least for our culture, it marks the end of one period and beginning of a new period as far as cycle is concerned. So you hear terms like harvest moon, right? Well, harvest, what is a harvest? That's a gathering time, you feel me? And so that time spent during the spring or summer, whenever you plant, you know what I mean? Well, the moon has signaled to you, now it's time for your harvest. You see, so everything is in flux, but if you know, then you can follow suit. If you're attuned, if you put yourself in tune, because we're in tune with nature, we the earth keepers. You feel me? So that's part of the nature's movement, and it's important for us to know that. You feel me? Hence, solving observance.
Yes.
Copy?
Yes. And yeah, and
yeah.
I'm pleased for the answers that I'm getting, because I remember there was a time where we used to use that sort of guidance to even navigate ships, and and get other forms of information from the stars. So thank you for that answer. Most grateful.
Okay, salam alaikum with magic. Also want to add in regards to sovereign observance, this was actually reason why it's stated during this particular time, because prior to that, within our government, we did not have designated sovereign observances. So as we're developing and we realize how important rituals are, governments and many governments, they acknowledge what's required for their human resources to be the best they can be. They have months off. They have observances within their government to honor not only the celestial bodies, honor things that had happening in the earth, and things that the growing season, the harvest season. We have to take heed as earth keepers and observe those different things as sovereigns. So as we continue on and develop, we, as was said before, the new moon is one of the first observances that was cataloged as a sovereign observance on this particular day as well, because we instituted certain protocols in order for us to function properly. And I yield.
What is? And that is the end of slide for July. There was only one.
Thank
Are
you.
there any questions?
Thank you, Rita. There is a question in the Zoom chat. Dennis Shajar asks, why is the raising of a Moroccan flag at City Hall in Philadelphia and the diplomatic recognition of Moorish-Americans noteworthy? Moorish-Americans noteworthy? That's a question to the Emperor. Emperor?
He might have stepped away for a moment. The significance, well, Philadelphia, in raising a flag anywhere, it's a presence of that particular country that represents that flag. So for one, the Moroccan Americans that was spoken of was really referring to us. When you look at the article,
This is how you write big N.
when you look, when you look at the article that was published, they said that there were no Moroccan Americans that actually were there. However, it happened, it was less than 30 days when a decree was sent out as far as formally putting a particular position in place for our government. So, and right after that, that's a signal that's saying that it's accepted. So, in Philadelphia was one of the first cities. So by it being raised there is significant as well. Again, it shows a diplomatic recognition of Moroccan Americans. At that time, we were Nama/Moroccan-Americans, but we continually evolve, and now we're just Nama.
And
So
if I might, I would.
let me just also note, they made mention they didn't understand why the Moorish science people were there, because it had nothing to do with them. But they took advantage of it because it said Moroccan American. But the city did not hold any homage to those that were in Fezes there. And I yield.
The emperor has stated that the raising of the flag of the city of Philadelphia was an ancient ceremony as nations dealt with each other through ship signals. By the emperor raising the flag of the city of Philadelphia, he was acknowledging that this Al-Marak was an extension of, was a sister country, if you will, an outpost. I believe the reverse is true. The country, this kingdom of Morocco is a outpost of Al-Marak now that we have the Imperial and Imperial emperor on this soil. And he was making it clear to all who know that he recognized this as for that purpose, and that he could now speak with the emperor as an absolute, and there was no need for any intermediaries for that to happen.
Indeed. Okay. Does it are your answer?
So y'all good? Y'all don't need me then, right?
Just to also mention in the Zoom chat, Nanya Amiamun mentioned how we recognize those events that's related to our culture, dates, event, ceremonies. So H.E.M is Imperial Majesty Solar Day is also a sovereign observance, just to tie in with the 20th of the 20th program of this slide.
Okay, which one y'all on? Sovereign observance down here at the bottom.
City of Philadelphia.
I'm back.
Still on that 28. Sovereign observance. Y'all get that straight?
Yeah, we got it straight. Yeah, thank you, bro. Much appreciated.
All right, so let's go back up to the top. All right, that should be a question for the whole world, right?
Yeah, what is the declaration?
And he read it and said any question, everybody quiet. I'm like, well, that's a question for the whole world, ain't it?
Declaration.
They heard of a Declaration of Independence. They
Yeah,
never heard of a
Declaration of
declaration.
Independence.
Right. They never heard of a declaration.
This is Cab. I put a question in the chat that says, why did Benjamin Franklin write a quote, declaration, end quote, when there was a Declaration of Independence? What was the purpose of it?
All right, so no questions.
You can't hear us, Protector?
And what you say, you sound low. What's on your mic?
Cab was just talking to you.
What did he say?
He said he put a question in chat.
I said, there's a question in the chat. I put it in. Why did Benjamin Franklin write a quote declaration, end quote, when there was a Declaration of Independence?
What they gave you?
What did they give me?
The Declaration of Independence says 1776. It says Benjamin Franklin wrote in 1775, quote, a declaration, end quote. That's why I say that's a question for the whole world, right?
Yes.
Because you got everybody that's under the so-called Union of States in the United States, what they say, even though they got a Reconstruction in 1871, they still say on their what? They still go back to their seal on their Constitution of each state. It says what? 1776, don't it?
Yep.
So where did this declaration fit in at 1775?
Has it got something to do with the post
Benjamin
office?
Franklin that type of authority to write such a declaration? Where that authority come from? And then, yeah, who was Benjamin Franklin?
Was he the first postmaster? That's why he wrote it.
He on your $100 bill that you like touching your lips, you know, to count them off, you know, when you got hundreds instead of 20s and shit, you know. So you know, that's, you got Benjamin right there, you know. So you like pulling them off. You ever ask a question? From the founders of the United States, they say. He wrote a declaration. Ain't nobody talking about that, really. He also was officially the creator of the office of the President of the United States as being the what? Postmaster General. From whose authority?
Right.
King of
His
England.
own.
Nah, come on, wake up. His own. Where you get it from? You sound like them starving citizens.
Assalamu alaikum with magic.
Come
on. So what would have been the governing body for the declaration that Benjamin Franklin wrote?
Benjamin Franklin had a business that was called the United States of America, that he had docked in England, and George Washington, before he became the first president of the United States, he was the 10th president of the United States of America Corporation. So you see what they did when they created the Constitution. That's why you see the Constitution governs or cater to what? After 1871, caters to what? Corporations, don't it?
Corporated companies, yeah, that's businesses.
It don't cater to no citizens or no families in America. All right. So the declaration he's talking about, because he created also during 1775. What else did he create? Postal what?
Union.
Postal Union.
Union.
The military.
Union?
No.
He created what? A postal, what type of jurisdiction?
Court.
Court.
Oh.
Judicial court.
Oh.
From that court, he had a declaration. From that declaration, you go back, they had it because they shut it down right after this. And right after that, you seen the Revolutionary War come in, right?
So he created the judicial.
You seen a year come in, and then they had a Declaration of Independence in 1776. Things make you go,
So you're saying he created, would I be fair in saying that he created a judicial?
He created the corporation, United States of America. And then he was successful in bringing it under the realm when he left Constitutional Court. They said, what do we have? He said, what? It's on record. What Benjamin Franklin said, what he say?
Public.
He on record of what?
A republic if we could keep it.
Declaration
Huh?
is on record for constructing a declaration.
He said we got a republic
If we could
if
keep
we
it.
can keep it.
Oh,
So all them maneuvers he was doing,
and
he
he had
got it all the way up to where they stole the Moorish privileges,
yes.
and the world accepted it through the French, the Pope, the Vatican, and Spain and England. And he said we have a republic if we can keep it. So that was a good faith performance, accompanying obligations, and treaties that the Vatican said that the United States must abide by to keep that status. Well, they lost that status in 1871 with the Reconstruction, when they reconstructed the Constitution of the United States of America.
Okay, and not for.
That's a corporate constitution. It's not a de jure constitution for the United States, which has treaty privileges and treaty rights under that. That makes sense to you?
So yeah. Yeah.
Yep, you good now?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I just want of being a de facto ruling.
I can't hear you.
Of America being a de facto ruling and for America being a de jure ruling.
Well, you never. This is the de jure ruling now.
Yeah,
You only seen it de facto, because you weren't around 1836. You might have been. You know, when they took the 50 years off the treaty. That's all they did. They took the 50 years. That's why it became the Treaty of September. What is it, y'all? Treaty of September what?
1836.
September 16th.
September what? Treaty of September what?
16th.
What year?
1836.
When it effective day is when?
1877.
Effective day is when?
28th January.
Or what year?
1837.
Exactly. All right. So you got all these dirty morals. They tell me they under treaty peace of friendship. You got to ask them what treaty they're talking about, because the one they standing on keep talking about the Emperor Muhammad. That don't exist no more. It's a treaty of September 16th with a small t. And you see why not? It's with a small t on why? Because it governs the sovereignty of the sovereign state. That's why you got United States, that state small s. You see? See where it comes from now? So they hid that sovereignty opposed to the all cap United States. You get it?
Okay.
Debbie out?
Yes.
So you over there in England, you get more information than the Americans want.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Thank you, Secretary. Are you? Thank you.
Then you got the city of Philadelphia. It's gonna be a good one. All right. So when I finished the declaration, Imperial CMYE declaration, Imperial CMYE government decree, in March 2019, I had United Constitution, Article 2, Section 4 now, based on the Mueller report, where you had de facto president at the time, that T-boy out there, who was what was that charge they had him on?
Unindicted co-conspirator.
Unindicted co-conspirator, right. There you go. So by him being unindicted co-conspirator, he had violated Article 2, Section 4. Total violation. So when the Mueller report came, was in process, under my royal order from after the mailing of the Declaration Decree in February, I said, now we start to move. So when the Vatican got it, he was in Morocco at about the end of February, it's the end of March. You got to realize I met this off 15th of March. They got around the 20th March, 21st, you know, at 5-8 days, okay? Well, he was in Morocco by the end of the month. So that you want to know how long Morocco known? Well, they heard about it. But when I put that declaration decree out, because only a true sovereign can write a declaration decree. And as far as the world scene, they felt like that authority come from the Pope's position or the Vatican. So now you had an emperor stepping on the scene, and he got that type of authority. See, the write an Imperial royal order, and then I revised it in the 14th, which also had Article 2, Section 4. And I told the people at the post office in Thomasville, Georgia, when I mailed it off, and she was nosy, you know, you got them noses. So I told her it's so important, you know, where I had to package up. I work at the post office. So, you know, you ain't gonna let them do it. Them worthless. Half of them anyway. They got training, but they don't use it. I mean, I can revise that whole post system. But anyway, on the 14th one, I advised the Vatican, the Morocco, the State Department, England, all them, that I will be arriving. I will be not bringing in a republic form of government, a state, Imperial government for the republic, in 30 days. On the 14th of July, remember, that was 30 days from the 14th of June. On the 15th of July, the city of Philadelphia, the Moroccan flag was raised unknown to everybody, except for somebody that was down there knows worked down at City Hall and informed them dummies at the Moore Science Temple. And they tried to attribute to when Lee opened up the temple in Philly, which don't make sense. Because they, you know, they demand the Moors. That shit cracked me up. Y'all see that? Woo! Anyway, so you told me inside the document, you go read it. It says the Moroccan ambassador of diplomacy, or the Moroccan side, didn't show up, nor the what? Moroccan-Americans show up. Y'all didn't hear that. Go read it. We didn't show it because we wasn't at that level yet. See what I'm saying? So that was a treaty. That was a treaty flag under peace and friendship that they docked in there called ship signals. See? So that let you know Philadelphia is where the treaty got signed at. That's the de jure. That's the Constitution, or the Continental Congress is still there. I activated that too, but that's another day. But anyway, that's why I activated, because it still exists in Philadelphia. It had to exist, the corporation exists. You just didn't have no, since they bought in Philly talking all that noise, he got all that grand shit, all that bullshit. Well, why ain't they able to do what I did? Because they don't have no venue. They just, that's all. Okay? So that was a recognition, because that was a treaty, that was a ship signal. That let me know that anything under that Moroccan flag, I got territorial sovereignty over jurisdiction. So now we can bounce, now we can dance, you feel me? So that's when I had, because, you know, I wasn't expecting that. And I think we was in Georgia at that time, and we went out to the beach. And then the way they responded, I had to update the executive order that went out to open up the state. And I made an executive directive and mailed that off September, I think, 3rd. And then that's when that's the first time ever at that level that I put Congress and the Supreme Court on there. I usually just had the Secretary of State, President. But at that mailing, I let them know, because 3 forms of government of what's coming in, and who I am, what we got. And that's when Nancy came out. She signed it like on what she signed on, y'all? When was the Constitution? 17? Morocco, all them signed like 15, 16, 16, 17. And she came out talking about what? You got a constitutional crisis. See, they try to play it off, hide it through Fox and all them, as if what Trump was doing, or de facto T-Bone, or they call it Orange Man, was doing, former POTUS, was doing render a constitutional crisis. What I tell y'all about then, I say don't render nothing, because the only thing you can do is vote him out of office. You feel me? Where is it that what he has done that would render a constitutional crisis, where you got to have, according to their constitution, that you got to have like 3/4 all the states come together to have a constitutional referendum. What have he done? Nothing. He's just going to be impeached. Okay, that's his ego, and you using the law. It doesn't render you having a constitutional crisis. I'm the only reason you're going to have a constitutional crisis. Why? Because I own the damn republic, and I got authority to use the Constitution for, and a court of law, international court, you know what I'm saying, outside their venue, to bring their officials for violation of those office to international arena. And that's why they stay away from me completely, because of authority you got. When you go look at Obama, when they allowed Interpol into America when he was in office, that's because you have foreign national country. Other than that, you need Interpol. You got the FBI. Gotta catch that D.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Former
That help y'all out with that flag being raised now to clean that up.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir, bro.
We had a note in the on YouTube, Andu Bochi. He said, Honorable Emperor, listening to your amazing story, I understand that your history is very much alike to the Albanian history. We have so much in common, and we are one of the few nations who fully know what you went through and what you suffered to come to this stage.
Now, you go back and look at Albanian history, they have that similar same story where they know how to operate under sovereignty because they was under that type of sovereignty rule before. You know? You remember when I first seen that flag, what I said? I said, they got some sovereignty in there. Y'all remember?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I said, what you mean? I said, that flag there, they got a monarchy. And then we had to go get deeper, remember? I told you right up as soon as I seen the flag. That's the first time I seen it. I said, oh, that's their flag? Nah, that flag got some monarchy behind it. For real. You can't cut that flag. That's like the emperor flag. Shit. You feel me? You go and look at their history, or their story, not their history, but their story. Through the Ottoman Empire, how they became, like the, what do you call it? Black sheep. Them down, while everybody else around, and control that energy. But that's where the eagles fly. You can always control that energy. See, so they know what level they at, so they so that story it's gonna be a nice story if you keep rolling. One for the movies, right?
Yeah.
That's what I told you, I write your story, right?
Yes.
All right, what else we got?
Assalamu alaikum with magic. This is Nikesh of the TMA. And I was thinking back over what you said about the bringing in of Interpol. I'm gathering, I have a grasp of the foreign national on our own soil. Why was it so necessary to bring Interpol into the picture? I mean, are they here as like additional, like an additional security force? Are they here as just for additional screening purposes? Or why did they need? I don't
understand what your question.
Yeah, why did Obama, was he following orders to allow Interpol in, or was there something that they were watching?
No. Obama, peace be with him, de facto president of the States, and y'all see why I say de facto, because you go back and look at the Pope's order. He said, what? All of them been acting up in treason since Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the last president. So who everything after that is what? De facto, right?
Correct. Correct.
All right. So he's a constitutional scholar. That's who you needed in the president office when you were coming in as you coming, because he's a constitutional scholar. He went to college for it. So that's why he responded the way he responded, because he understood contract law. He also understood what Colin Powell did, peace be with him, when he signed when he authenticated us in, because they signed in a state. Remember, Colin Powell said what? He didn't know what the United States was getting itself into, but hell, they big enough, we can handle it. You feel me? And now they look at me like, damn, we didn't know he's that damn big, though. You feel me? So you see how long that had to develop to where you ain't just got a cruise ship, you got an ocean liner and a damn aircraft carrier. You feel me? You got 3 damn crowns. So he let you know that ain't a, and then you got to look at the simple fact that Chief Black Eagle Thunderbird, end quote, he still had until 13, well, 14 on the State Department, 13 on the state of Georgia. He had to that time to systematize the Yamasee Native American government via Manifest Embassy. See, he already dropped the Constitution under it. So I'm saying, right. So now he had to systematize it. So when he came and wrote the Constitution in Yamasee for the Yamasee, that wasn't completely systematizing the state. When he moved it over to the Klan, that completely took him off the picture. You feel me? So that's why I say he advocated seat. You got to move a ship like I'm doing now. See, they were so gung-ho in the, that tabliking and, living off your people, that anti-law court thing back in the 70s, a lot of them cats got hooked into. You feel me? So I was like, I remember back in the day, we were going back and forth with these clowns, and they called us and they said, Chief de facto down there, he said, I'm on Khufu. Like, yeah, what's up? Y'all can go, we can get our own bank account. I said, okay, get a bank account where? Why Covia? It's Wells Fargo now. So I said, what the hell I want to get a Wells Fargo account in my national name? Hell, I can do that with my corporation. Come on, Khufu, man, we got to get this thing on the ground. The contract we signed, we're supposed to start our own damn bank. But we got to eat too. We get that down the road. But right now, I never would. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near that. So that's when you got them, that jealousy. He ain't following rules or following order because I ain't stupid. You walked off the hill, I'm gonna walk with you. Yeah.
And Emperor, it's a testament to the year that we have, those of us who've been here that long have been around you. To hear that now as you say it, it's instantly amusing because you've left us very much more aware, and I give thanks.
Good, you're developing. But you got to clear some of them cobwebs out, unlock some of them damn master locks y'all put on your brain, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know me. All right, so that help y'all out with the flag of Philly? All right. Now 16, that's Archbishop I told y'all about. Y'all good? All right, 16, that's Archbishop Milton Isaac Brown. That's the Empress Veliosity Tiara Ghost in El Bay. Okay, El Bay. That's her first cousin. That was my other part. I told you I got a lot of them. But this is one of them. Tell me everything I need to know. Group me. I remember before he passed, I called his name one day, I ain't called him now. And then burn a little bit. Anyway, last time I talked to him in person, before he chose that route he chose. Whatever they said, that old head. He said, Khufu? I said, what? I was busy, calm down. He said, I think we finally figured out. But with the militia, before the Moors, they were militia. And he going back to 70. I seen his damn UCC1, that shit had 70 on, 71 back on. That's how it was. So that's how long he been around. He went through the IRS, all that stuff. Working around doing something. His wife worked there, so knew the system. So that's how he came out, Archbishop. And that's the Emperor's first cousin. So through all that with the Empress, going down to the 6th floor and all that, getting that information I told you in my proof, all that from Archbishop. And Archbishop said he think they finally figured out how they can get outside of the Social Security number, very contract. And I said, how? He said, you got to be something like a foreign national in your own country. And I reached over there to the joint out of my mouth. I said, give me that. You don't need to smoke no damn more, for real. I'm looking at him, for real, leave that shit alone. He looked at me and said, who are you there for? I said, Archbishop. That's what we told you we did in 04. He said, huh? I said, you remember they had a moon locked up in that post office case? And he was telling them that he was a diplomat, which he was, but he messed up with that contract, that name thing in court. So they, so the sheriff at that time, Brown, I think it was, he said he knew Archbishop and they knew each other. And he said, if he called me, telling me to get down there, because if a moon don't shut up, talking about he is some diplomat, they say they're gonna put him on a 10th floor where the crazy people is. So I said, well, Archbishop, we are foreign national own country. He said, there ain't no way. He said, because the sheriffman, this sheriff, the Cobb County, they said that the Yamasee and the Washita can never, because that's the only contracts that the United States Corporation, the United States, whoever, Benjamin Franklin, all them, they're the only two nations they ain't got nothing with, Yamasee and Washita. So they can never combine because it's too powerful. And we said, well, we already did it. We did that back until 4. That's what I said. And I said, I said, you're the one chose to follow the fight though lie name, or H for his name. You chose to do that. You got nice lies under the Native American government for embassy. Then you transcend over there to the Klan. But we stayed on the government. That's why they put out telling we were treasonous and all that, because they knew we was hanging on to the government, not submitting to that de facto down there, because he wasn't worth submitting nothing to. You feel me? So that's our bishop. So that's why he had me right inside the declaration exactly the way it is. What happened to the emperors? Unforeseen, certain type of coma I got in there. You go give you opportunity to go read it. That's what I got it in there from. Because what they're gonna try to do, and what they have tried to do after her passing, he already knew it. I told you they were out there trying to say that they taught the homegirl when she was in a coma, and she told them, tell the people to keep funding the government. So all that kind of crap going on with your sister. Archbishop Brown couldn't stand it. That's why him and that boy, her son, never got along. But when his black butt had to go to Geneva back in 04, 03, who'd he call? This guy. He didn't want to go with him, but I didn't want to talk to him into even helping him. So he wouldn't embarrass the Empress, which he ended up being in that way. When he went over there and spoke, he just embarrassed everybody. But Archbishop was the last one. That's him. All right.
Excuse me, Emperor, but clarify a little right there. You're actually talking about her son going over, not
he went over 204.
Yeah, not the bishop embarrassing her.
No, that was her son.
Right.
He attempted to help him. He wouldn't help him at first because they're fiction. So he asked me, should he do it? And I told him to do it because of the Empress. You know what I'm saying? Because what the Empress had said, whatever you do, don't get back to him, was happening at that time. So everything she said in the coma was falling back on him because all the disillusion out there and all these people want to be Christians. You know what I'm saying? And take it away from what she did, they did all that crap. They didn't want to allow the agents and all that stuff to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? So Archbishop was tired of it, so he wanted me to set the record straight because he knew I had everything. So he the one went down, like I said. So I told him to assist the brother out there in California, her son, de facto. And what he could, and he did, but he said he still got over there embarrassed her. Well, he didn't just embarrass her, he embarrassed everybody. And they came after him, they came with him after that, asked him why didn't he speak? Because they knew him. They asked him why didn't he speak? Anything outside of what they just heard.
He said it wasn't my job, huh?
No, the different man was saying he could have spoke, because he could have said anything outside of what they just heard her son say.
Right. He said nope.
Right. Did he just get off the boat?
Right. Wow.
I used to crack up. I was busy. I said, he stood out there, he was on the oil well too long. He went out there on the platform down in Louisiana. I said, he was out there in the oil well too long. I said, you crazy.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So, then they go set up a 501c3, all that crap. You hear me? I didn't call no cat, talk to him. I remember I was talking to that cat. He asked me, he said, he thought he was the emperor, the watchdog, all that. I said, he thought I was taking, I said, no. I said, no, I never told you that. I told you I was the emperor, that's monarch, that's IRK. I would never put out there that I'm an emperor over the watchdog. I said, that's redundant to me. And so then he asked me why is the apple still? And I said, I thought you, he said, what is the apple still? I said, I thought you were a sovereign. You supposed to be a sovereign emperor. You don't know what apple still is. And you got people following you. And your daughter, the empress, that's supposed to be, you grooming her for a position? You grooming her for your position? Okay. You got to look at that as confusion. Because they got, go look at that. They had him down as what they had him down there? The demon son rule and the heir to the throne, the crown prince. So I'm like, how in the world can her granddaughter, Wendy, be the empress and her daddy is the crown prince? That's kind of incest, ain't it? And her brother is the supreme crown prince. That's like, that don't make sense to me. You feel me? So you can tell you how loose cannon these cats are. Because I'm like, well, that would be her children, Wendy children, to be the prince. And you know what I'm saying? The princess, not her brother and her daddy. Are you kidding me? That's why I told you that's madness, yeah. Oh, they were so mad at me when I was trying to do my best to help them, I told you. I did that for some old watchdogs been around, just want to see the family get back together, and I told them I'd do my best. You feel me? But it's cool. All right, then we got what, 18th? July. That's the anniversary. All right. So that was 8, that's 15 last year. So this year was 16. So we're in our 16th year, y'all. You like them apples, don't you? And I signed to win. So it'll be 236 years now, treaty ratification, right? That's why I told you we knew what we were doing right now, see? We attached ourselves right to the treaty, see? Then you got 28 new moon stars reserve. Y'all went over there, right? Everybody caught up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more questions for me?
Oh,
Y'all
yes.
good?
Yes.
Yes, we good, bro.
All right, come on, next slide.
First of 2 slides for August.
All right, who the reader?
All right. In the case of the TMA.
All right, you got August? Come on.
2 August 2022, Emperor's Mother, Shirley Rose Pridgeon-Sampson, Solar Return Day, in parentheses, peace be upon her, end parentheses. 3 August 2022, Ross 508b, a super Earth exoplanet pardon me. That's one of those ones I had to rewrite it because you couldn't see through the blue. Ross 508b, a super Earth exoplanet, is discovered. The exoplanet is 37 light years away from
37.
Earth.
It should be 37 million light years.
Okay, all right, stand correct. The exoplanet is 37 million light years away from Earth. 4 August 2022, 100th day of Imperial-Motu-Proprio/Royal Official Decree-Public Notice to the world. 9 August 2022, a newborn Jupiter-sized exoplanet in AS209 system is discovered via the Atacama Large Millimeter Array Telescope in Chile. 12 August 2022, full supermoon, also a sovereign observance. 23 August 2022, the Pope ordered the quote, Holy See, end quote, and connected cabal entities that to return all financial assets to the Vatican within 30 days of September 1. 24 August 2022, the 120th day of the Imperial-Motu-Proprio/Royal Official Decree-Public Notice to the world. That's the end of the first slide. Underneath the picture, it says Absolute Royal Sovereign Emperor, space, Sam Hu, Amini-Ray, quote, Adela Yi, end quote. Any questions? Comments?
Assalamu alaikum with magic. I just wanted to ask if you could expand on the 23rd of August about the Pope ordered the Holy See and connected cabal entities to return all financial assets to the Vatican.
Oh.
September the 1st.
Oh, well. You got to go to number 4 first.
Pardon me, Anton?
You got, oh shit. You have to go to number 4 first. Okay? What number 4 say?
August.
Okay. Say August 4th. What did it say?
August 23rd. August 23rd.
I know what you said. I said you got to go to 4.
Oh, go to 4. Oh, the 100th day of the Imperial Motu-Proprio Official Decree, public notice to the world. Okay.
That was 100th day, right?
100th day. Yes.
By you not understanding the authority or fully understanding the authority that's under my seal, and me being I have the authority to write a Imperial-Motu-Proprio/Royal Official Decree-Public Notice to the world. Well, that was the 100th day that's been out on the market. Okay, so they couldn't respond because there's no sovereignty that can touch my sovereignty. So the Vatican put out on that day, he wrote this letter that they're talking about to the Holy See all around the world that this was coming.
Yeah.
On the 24th, they got 23rd here, but that's 24th. Okay, but that was 120 days. So it should have been the 24th there. Typo. That was the day that he said they had 30 days to return. Because that was the 120th day of the Motu-Proprio. And they couldn't answer. So that's when I, so you say 124, right? Then you say you gotta give them time to mail, right? All right. So you got that 72-hour regulation sea time, right? You got me? I'm already peeling a Marengo nut. Y'all know what Marengo is, huh? So
Yeah.
you say what? 24? Can't count 24, right? So you got 72 hours, 25th, 26th, 27, right? So that's why I told you on the 28th of August, what? I came on the scene as what? His Majesty. Because they couldn't answer that motu proprio. Trying to get it now?
Oh yeah.
Y'all get it? Everybody get it?
Oh yeah. Got it.
Yep.
He signed for it, couldn't answer.
Yes, got it. Yeah, I remember that. They thought the market was gonna crash.
You got it.
On everybody, y'all, give me my stuff back.
Girl, you got a problem coming on land. You can't have your banks on his land. That's like everything else on my land. They got to pay you royalty. The royalties, they say. Everything's been on your land. They've been freelancing since 1871, since Muhammad, really. Or they want to claim some white privilege. White privileges, y'all, are treaty privileges. Okay?
Yeah.
So when they say they got white privileges, they saying they got treaty privileges. So now you got to prove you where they got treaty rights. So the United States don't have no treaty rights. How they got treaty rights? So how they keep walking around coming, they got some white privilege over everybody else on the land. An illusion, right?
Oh yeah. So it has nothing to do with
That's all
the
it
complexion.
is.
Yes. Yes.
Huge.
Great experiments.
But they living it right now. Look at this guy, the former president, de facto president of the United States. I mean, like they got him trapped in the four corners of the court system. Now they coming in with them five, ask this way, you come in and put the lock in the center and lock it. You see what I'm saying? You can't get out. So why is it so hard to lock this man up? It ain't just him. He just exercised the white privilege a little bit more than the rest of them has. But anybody else would do any of that crap that he got him on, you wouldn't have none of this that's going on.
Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you got to understand treaty law and contract law. Under the treaty that Benjamin Franklin did, when they said we have a republic, we can keep it. See right there? We got a republic, if we can keep it, meaning we got the white privileges that come with treaty if we can keep it. So when they lost in 1871, they took on the title as white when they Caucasian on record, or Tomahawk, whichever name make you feel good. Okay, so when they took on that title white, it's a status. So that status carries them back on the treaty right, but that was only for the signers of oath of office for the judicial, administrative, Congress, and executive. What they have done over the last 2 years allowed it to twinkle down to their cousins and friends and all that, and that's why you got a mess now.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got a mess. You have to cut it completely because it's a mess now. That make sense? Everybody good?
Absolutely.
We have a hand raised in the cash, Emperor. We have a hand raised. Atun, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Okay, question. Would a foreign national in your own country be defined by the United States Corporation as an, quote, alien, but a diplomat by the Secretary of State, as well as being a NAMA, and also referencing the foreign national, quote, in the Immigration and Nationality Act, which instead uses the term alien to cover many classes of people who do not qualify as nationals of the United States?
So what you saying? Say it again. Say that again. Where you go?
Come back to that non-union. You on mute.
You're on mute. Unmute yourself, Atun.
Will the quote foreign national in your own country be defined by the United States corporation as quote alien, but also a diplomat by the Secretary of State, U.S. Secretary of State?
Nah. See, there you go trying to be a hard-headed boy. See, you sound like a boy. You sound like them gas back in 05 and everything. We told we were foreign national own country. They try to run through the books, see if they can find it. There ain't nothing in the books for you.
Yeah, outside they venue.
Ain't
No, it's not, because I look.
You try to you doing your best. I said TRY, right?
You gotta get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Foreign national.
Doing their best. They're doing their best right now. They're doing their best trying to attempt to figure out how I did it. See, or how we did it. To be foreign national own country. There ain't nothing you can write on. Because why? Ain't no country is gonna give another country or another citizen or a former slave, as they say, more authority than they have. So that's why you ain't got nothing written on it. What we did is unheard of. Because ain't nobody gonna give you more authority than them. That's what happened. They gave us more authority. Why? Because we was able to go back and attach what? Ourselves to the treaty. That they done let loose, 1871. Because they switched over to the yellow French flag. That's military flag. Now you still got a state flag found in your capital. But when you go in the court system, a bank, or whatever, library, grocery store, whatever, they got a damn flag up. You got yellow French right now. That's military. Oh, somebody woke up today? That's what they say. That's why I say they walk in your court and say you are innocent until proven guilty. When your ass go through that check, now you become guilty until you can prove yourself innocent. And if you need an attorney to turn you over to the court, we can provide that service for you. You ain't ready.
Attorney.
Okay.
They keep calling themselves lawyers. They ain't no damn lawyer. They're attorneys, esquire. That's all they can do is turn you over to the court through a UCC. They ain't no damn law. They ain't no lawyer. You'd be out of tripping talking about that lawyer. All these people representing that de facto president talking about lawyer. This. I be cracking up like, they're attorneys. They don't even have no authority to put law in their name. They on the color of law. When last time y'all checked? You color something, ain't no damn real law, right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they say just us, Jesus, just us. Y'all remember?
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus, just
Right.
Wow.
What else you got for me?
Emperor, there's a question in the Zoom chat asking, this is Nanya Sajar, why are the 100th and 120th days of the Imperial-Motu Proprio / Royal Official Decree / Public Notice to the World being observed?
He answered it. You bypassed
Did you answer? Oh, I
it.
must
He
have.
answered it already.
Okay. Thank you, Shajar. Another question is,
I know he wants some more.
You can always give us some more.
Yeah, give me some more.
you got
Give us some more.
Well, international rule, international law, you have time limits on everything.
Okay.
So internationally, 20 days of complete, contracts on certain levels. And then you got 100 days of contracts on certain levels. Then you got 90 days, okay? Then you get to 60 days. Then you got 45 and the 30 days. So like now, credit union, TransUnion, Experian in America, all them, IRS and all that stuff, they on a 30-day window. That's right. You get a note every month, but they're on a 30-day commercial break based on UCC. So then you got certain other paperwork that sits for 30 days, and then you got sit for another 15 days to at another level to get it to somebody else who got 15 days to complete the 60 days. Internationally, stuff I rate, some of that stuff got to sit for 100 days to give everybody their grand opportunity to answer. So once the Vatican wrote what they did with them returning all their cash and collecting all their cash around the world, we're letting you know at 100 days that they couldn't answer that Imperial-Motu Proprio / Royal Official Decree / Public Notice to the World. So that's every king, every pope, king, whatever's on the land, this land here, the Emperor of Japan, all them, everybody. The King of France, the Spain, king of what, de facto queen back then, or England, all them. Nobody can answer. Y'all hear me?
Yes, we did. I did.
We do.
So that's why you see me come on the scene where at the State Department, UN security, they already knew I was official, but then you came on official's walk. His Majesty. So you done moved up from head of state, now you done moved up to what? By this proving or putting that motto dance, Imperial dance motto proprio out, challenging everybody, like they said in Elijah. They said he couldn't call everybody gods, you know, in that day and time. Said Elijah gonna come and call everybody gods. That's what I just did. But y'all didn't see me right, because I went on Facebook, or I went on YouTube, or I went on Fox News. Y'all didn't see me, right? Ain't never tell revolution we were telling about, right?
Never gonna be televised.
They said they come like a thief in the night, right?
Right.
You didn't see me, see?
Twinkling.
I was standing right there with you, hanging with you, talking to you. You didn't see me. You didn't see me at all. You still can't see me now.
So he was gonna come when the lead.
So they're constantly trying to define me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they got all these little, he did, he did, he do. That's telling me nothing. Where I come from. You feel me? That makes sense to everybody?
Here.
Yep.
Yeah. We have a hand.
So that help y'all a little bit more, so y'all?
Yes, protected. Thank you.
We have a hand raised. Alan,
All right, come on.
You have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Yes, Emperor, can a de facto authority bring in a de jure into court?
I won't let them answer that one for you.
No state can sit in.
No, they can't.
So it's called jurisdiction.
Answer the question. Now the state can sit in state, no state. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, you gotta speak up. You real low.
All right, my bad. I was gonna say it goes back to jurisdictional immunities. You can't pull.
Well, he has a certain question though. It's a little bit outside of that one. What you're saying is right and exact, but
okay,
state can't sit in state or no state. But the question is, could a de facto bring a de jure into court? And I said, I'll let y'all answer that. Have some fun with that one, all right?
Yeah, it's an impossibility. De facto gets its power from the de jure. So that's something that we learned, right? Nobody knows about de jure because you haven't seen it. So, but in our case, as Protector just said, that they gave him more power than they had, then no. You feel me? There's no possible way they could pull you in. You feel me? And in his case, when you go back to the post office, right? A sovereign can't step on another sovereign unless you lose your sovereignty. Well, they tried to step on the emperor, tried, being that they failed and lost their sovereignty. I yield.
Yeah, also on that post office case, you removed it to another court, which was a good factor in itself. Because a lot of times they don't let you remove it. They let you stay in that state. They just deny you.
Emperor ain't no dummy. Yeah, I understand that now.
It was international. They had to move it.
But can a de jure pull a de facto into court?
Of course they can. That's why I just told you what I did testing the waters. That's why, I test waters. So when I put Article 2, Section 4 into the Imperial Order back in 15 March 19, and 14 June 19, revised one, when I put that in there, that was testing the waters. You see, that was testing waters on my level, letting them see their response. When you start quoting certain constitutions and you got jurisdiction in international court and in your court, but as you get established, but right now you go to the international court head, or you can use the Chancery Court for Morocco in DC, or the appeal court in DC based on the 10 miles around DC de facto, democracy. You feel me? So they know that. So ain't no state wants to see another state. So de jure, you wouldn't have a de facto without a de jure. You got the United States Corporation because you had a de jure. Al Morocco, the Emperor of Morocco, was here. So when they took the privilege in that, is what they created this corporation with, because they shut down the vizier office of the emperor that eventually became the office of the president. That's the fight, though. Morocco had to go along with it because it was under servitude to what was that country? France. But they had they still on their flag on their flag. So France was like acting on behalf of the United States. So the United States can use it and do it.
You just muted yourself. Emperor, you're mute. Muted.
Host can't see. Or the moderator.
I think he got cut off.
Burning up the wires again. They upset.
So what?
Yeah, I was just growing about another inch taller on that one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right.
So your mic is muted.
So
yeah, you might be muted.
When I went in, that was a test. So the result, the answer is what I got. You feel me? Mueller was caught completely off the record. Attorney General doing everything he can to cover to get it out of the record, redacted everything. But I have the authority to get the original copy because it's dealing with a constitutional issue that they don't have jurisdiction to the Justice Department. They can't send me no damn redacted copy because it's dealing with constitutional authority. Feel me? So it's never closed. But I just stopped using Article 2, Section 4 after that because they got my message. Put it that way. And they understood who I on the Congress level and all that. That's why y'all don't understand. Remember, I sent the revised Imperial Declaration Decree to Obama. It went to DC. You must say it went to Miami. It's supposed to be in DC that Thursday morning. Express mail, overnight. They sent it to Miami, and then de facto Trump got it that Monday. That's when the Republicans realized, remember, because he got signed with George Bush and Colin Powell. So they were trying to hide it because Obama came in and said 8 years. So the Democrats knew all about this state, everything. So now the Republican got it, this guy got it when he got in. He found out about everything with the state and he started talking, same shit. And now you see all these senators, everybody is following him like he's some type of king or he's trying to become King Arthur or some, restore the Republic, all that, because they know in him talking to Putin in Russia behind the scene, they come record. What do you think they were talking about? They were nothing else to talk about but me. Because I don't want to have to stay. So you go back, look at some of the conversations, say how Russia, China, all them moving now with BRICS and everything else. Well, that's just a little mean behind the scenes moving the state. And they on your mailing list and they reading your stuff and they asking questions to the State Department and they keep telling them what? That's another part of the government got to be developed. Okay, now that part of the government has been developed and now you emerging or you on the emerging scene to run a sovereign state. Republic.
Yeah, it is.
That's where you're at now. That's why you see everything moving. So you got to train to make sure you know how to run a sovereign state or sovereign country. You got everything you need. That make sense to you?
Clear here.
Yeah, it does. Is that why he didn't get crowned king when he went to the Pope? That time he went to Europe? I'm talking about President Trump. When Trump went to the Pope, he had wanted the Pope to crown him king of the United States, but the Pope didn't do it, and that's because of you, right?
I didn't hear that first part. Say it again.
That was in writing over there.
Hold on a minute. What did he say?
Well, Trump went to the Vatican to get crowned king of the Americas, and the
you can
Pope
never do that. I don't know where y'all getting that info. You don't understand contract. They could never do that. When you see him went to the Pope, he want to see his boss. They call it three keys. You got the Pope, the City of England, and the Pentagon. So when the president go to see the Vatican, he's going to see his boss. When he go to England, he's going to see his boss. They call them three keys.
Big facts.
What you? So what else you want? Wouldn't have a social security system if it wasn't for the British. You wouldn't have IRS if it wasn't for the British. That stuff, them governments ain't official governments of the United States government.
Facts.
Word.
Big facts.
Long known.
But they get away with that stuff called democracy. Because they color of law, remember? As long as they were getting away with it, having fun, they loved it. But now that the Nubians, the African Americans, all the rappers and all that stuff getting up with it, they try to get rid of it, see? It ain't just for them no more. See? So ain't that guy African American walking around calling themselves white. But that's funny because they tell the Africans when they come over here to mark down on the application. Right. So they don't let you do it, right? But I thought they love you so much. Come on, man.
I yield.
Y'all good?
Can I make 2 quick comments, Protector?
Come on.
All right, so to the brother.
You gotta speak up.
I'm sorry, to the brother that was just speaking to your first question, just going back to that conversation, that's why it's small s Supreme Court. So we got the greatest court on the land, you know what I'm saying? So that's supreme jurisdiction. So that's to that point. Don't worry about the second part, I forgot now. But just to that, I yell. Oh, venue. And that's what the point of venue is. You feel me? He got
our venue is the small s.
Huh?
Our venue, the de jure venue is the small s.
Right, that's correct.
Right.
Small s. I said that's why we have the small s. You feel me? It's Supreme Court of the land. So that trumps any other court that you got out here. And then going back to the venue, you feel me? He got his own venue, and that's the main part. So like for everybody that went through the Morris schools, you see them doing all this paperwork, calling themselves consular courts and everything, but they don't have no venue. Because if you had a venue.
So those Morris schools are de facto too as well, right?
That's a fact. Because if you have a venue, then you don't file in their courts. There's no need for you to go into their courts if you have your own court. You feel what I'm saying? But you don't have your own court. So all your filing, all your paperwork, as you end up learning, it goes through their court system. And then they don't even file it properly because they tell us that it's filed at the Library of Congress, which is nothing. It's a library. It don't have no powers. Somebody tell me the powers of the Library of Congress. But we don't think about it because we're ignorant in that state. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, I'm growing. I could feel myself growing from that bit of information. I appreciate your wisdom. Thank you.
And I appreciate my emperor. Thank you.
Capital. I mean, maybe not. Okay, that is the end of the statements for the first slide. If everyone's ready, we could go to the second one.
Yes, I yield.
All right. 27 August 2022. August continuing. New Moon Sovereign Observance / marked the deadline for any responses to the Imperial - motu proprio / Royal Official Decree / public notice to the world. 28 August 2022, Emperor was officially acknowledged on record as His - Majesty, in parentheses, capital H dot capital M dot in parentheses. 30 August 2022 starts a 3-day, quote, Crown Day, end quote, celebration, in parentheses 30, 31, and 1, that would be of September. in parentheses. 31 August 2022, the Emperor's Solar Return Day. Second 58. He receives a double rainbow. See the picture. He was ascending. H.E.M. all caps, solar return day is exactly 29 days from his mother's solar return day. 31 August, again, 2022. The United Kingdom experienced 3 heat waves. The first was for 3 days in June. The second for 3 days in July, parentheses, the hottest on record, end parentheses. And the third for 6 days in August. And that's all for this slide. Open for question and comments.
This the last one.
And that should end for August.
We've been jamming all night. This is the last one for the night.
Right on.
No questions in the chat at the moment, nor the YouTube chat. Reader.
I explained something that while ago about the 27, 28, remember?
Yeah. There we go.
That's why I'll tell you on 28. That's why I tell you the 20th when we start this year's celebration on 28. You know, because of this what we just read here. And then we took the first off because I just ended, 12 o'clock at night, whenever. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that way Monday I start the new moon off. All right, this right here is second 58. Did a double rainbow on my Earth Day. Y'all remember 8 days later, de facto in England died. And she got one rainbow and I got a double rainbow, remember?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it says this was ascending, right? And you got H.E.M, solar return day, exactly. 29 days in mother's solar return day, which I started my mission on 29th day. Even though open the gates of hell on 28. Y'all know official start on 29. 31 here, United Kingdom experience 3. I don't know about all that. And 36 days of August. I just knew. I don't know about that. What's that? What's this about right here?
What's that? The heat waves?
Well, this new moon observer here, that would have been the 24th, not 27th. That was the deadline. So this got to be updated. Say that 24th, this was the deadline. 28 was now officially acknowledged, but that was the deadline on 27th. Okay, make sure we get that. Oh, you got it right here, mark the deadline. Okay, you got it. It's already up there. Okay, cool. Y'all like that shit, huh?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so y'all been around me rolling with me this long. Some of y'all, you live in it. So you get the experience that so many people don't know what's going on, and they want to be a part of it. But you actually living and walking with a sovereign emperor, and you watching prophecy being fulfilled, and you a part of them prophecies. And now you can write your own story, not like the 12 disciples, back in them days. Yeah.
Oh, with some facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
you actually witnessing everything,
And
They
witnesses,
have been, you got folk that have been through cheap Black Hebrew schools, the Christianity, Islamism, Mohammedanism. You got people that went over to the Moore Science Temple, went into the Study Board in Philly. You got people that study church. You got people study roster. All these people's on the call, and they know little things here and there, and they're seeing what's happening, but it's happening your way, not the way they were programmed to think. You feel me? So they got to write their own story.
Facts.
Power, you shall have. Word.
And this time.
So how we doing tonight? We on time tonight? What time is it?
20:15.
Emperor, we have a question from YouTube.
Come on.
By the chosen one. Not sure if you mentioned anything about Louisiana wildfires, and what do you think about it, Louisiana wildfires?
Oh, that's just Earth doing what they got to do, clean. You know, little stuff like that. Don't, you know, as long as they hit the land, you know, they got a lot of witches and warlocks down in Louisiana. Way back been there. They're in Lafayette now. A lot of them left New Orleans, all that. So you got a lot of stuff going on now. They ain't got nothing to do with me. And they like to play games. They like to play with the dirt. You feel me? They like to play with dirt spells. See, I come along that we say you still playing with the dirt, or you still playing with them type spells, or you still playing with the dead like they play. So you got, and that's in every state. It ain't just Louisiana, because it spreads. And so you got a lot of stuff behind the scene in the church. I mean, we were growing up back in the day, First Baptist Church in Clinton. The preacher by that time, you know, scared people back in the day. And we were down, Daddy used to curse around. So we cursed around root doctor. We didn't know root doctor. But we sat out in the car, told us to sit and make sure we see everything, you know, watch and see everybody. So we seen the preacher of the church coming in there. He come down there and get some roots so he can go back in church on Sunday and scare the hell out of everybody. So, you know, somebody's supposed to stole something from the church. And he told the people whoever stole something, they should return it. So he went down and got something done. When we come back in there, you know, spread all over the church. And whenever that person walked across that door and stepped in that zone, that's why that guy jumped up in church, started screaming, he was sorry. Because the priest didn't want to see him root dog. You see, so that's old, you know, we grew up around all kind of stuff, you know. So you got it all out there. You know, New York I ain't like New York separate. Matter of fact, I'll give you this when we get off. You know, what were them boys that marched up there in Charlottesville? What they call it? Antigua, what were they? What they call them boys?
Those other guys. Antigua.
There you go. All right. One of their head boys, okay, came through some people I know who deals on that Yoruba deep.
What?
All that. And so this, certain things you ain't supposed to cross. And certain things you ain't supposed to let other races to cross, not being discriminatory here. So this boy, one of them boys that, okay, he broke from all the stuff he done grew up with and went to New York and got that initiation done. They weren't supposed to be done. They was all supposed to be done in Haiti. And he got the initiation done to become a witch, okay? And so now he's separated from the people I know. And I was traveling back then and got involved in it, or got, you know, pulled in. And my question was to them is that, you know, they talking all this stuff behind the scene, you know, behind your face, you know, what's going to happen. That's how I said, well, whatever the elder's going to do to him, it didn't bother him. Because I guarantee you right now, he probably got 1,000 lined up in front of him, learning all this magic that he learned from y'all over them 30 years. And now he at that other level. So you see what they've been teaching behind the scene to a lot of these Atilas, all that. See, that you see what's going on, right? So now you think these people going to march and they think they're coming out there to hate. These people know how to do spells now. Do y'all see what you're playing with now? Yes. You know what you're playing with now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You got African American, they say, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I don't get enough. Ancestor worship, all that kind of stuff. Okay, but them cats, like I told her, I said, no. And she was like, yeah, I ain't look at it like that. See, he got 1,000 folk in front of him right now. 2,000 by next week. You feel me? See what you're dealing with now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have another question in the chat. To John, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Yeah. What's your opinion? What's your personal opinion about what's going on in Hawaii?
Ain't it's just that's all volcanic land. If you look at it, and you look at the shapes of the land, it's to the point where it's called eminent domain, and it ain't just gonna happen. They can happen anywhere, and they always give you the story you're gonna hear. But you look at it like a land grab. Certain interests could be going on in the soil. You never know, but I reserve that because when Miller came through, and he had reestablished the royalty or the royal family over in Hawaii. So until they respond, I'm not really, that's the democracy responding, city officials, this and that. But in reality, unless they come back to them, the land come back to them, getting out of all that, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. I remember Nate Wynn Miller, when he came through, he actually did theirs personally as to give them that sovereignty back on the quantum side, but they still had senators and corporations still working in DC. But that establishment was already done. So I'm looking to hear something from that end outside of what democracy and all the movie stars and all that saying, because it look like a land grab to me. You feel me? Right. I mean, for you had that type of fire, I don't want nobody. Well, you got a system. It can only work when you want it to work. Feel me?
Right.
So I really ain't got time because I got a ship that I got to meet a date. So a lot of stuff going on out there. I don't really see. I see it, but I don't see it because it had no effect on me. And because you got to get what you got to go. So to get barred down and everything, there's gonna be a whole lot more get ready to happen. You feel me? So like I said, get your life jacket on. It's a whole lot gonna happen. Especially after today, because I'm 5'80" now. Now it's about me growing into who I am and that being. Outside that, I don't see nothing. You feel me? Because I know they ain't gonna be here. They ain't gonna be here. I stand at the gate. So you give them a little time that they pointing out when they got here. I told y'all, you're appointing the time when you're gonna leave. Okay. I'll let you have that for. I got time. But I guarantee you leave here, there's another day coming. It's a whole different story now. That makes sense to everybody?
Yes, understood.
Oh yeah.
Makes
sense.
Yes, makes sense.
Yes.
Any more questions for tonight, y'all?
Emperor, we have a question in the Zoom chat. Once again, chosen one asks, okay, cleansing, I get it. I was married to a witch as well. Any advice?
I won't leave that alone on this go. Not on this call. No, you won't bring me there. Not tonight.
Run.
But so we'll let everybody know. We at August 2022. So we gotta get August 2023. So it end up being probably September 2023 for we end this thing. So we're gonna do our best. September, October, November, December, that'd be a day. Or maybe January, February, that'd be 6. We done got a lot of questions out the way, right? So that'd be a day. March, April, May, June. So we have another 3 day. Look like we can try to cram it in 2, but we have 3. So we do it probably on new moon, day before new moon, day after new moon, something like that. You feel me? So we can't carry this into the full moon. We gotta get it over with. Feel me? So new moon, 2 weeks from now. So we get something behind the scene. We let them know. Yeah, flyers, and then we'll make sure all this stuff is updated, caught up. So we can move forward. So if there ain't no more questions, host, you can end this session.
No more
and
questions.
I can enjoy the rest of my Earth Day. Okay.
Please do.
Happy Earth Day.
So in closing, we would like to thank the Universal Traveler Dweller, the Absolute Royal Dash.
Hold on, I gotta put my crown on. My bad.
Mhm.
Right. Go ahead, Kyle. You good?
Okay. We would like to thank the Universal Traveler, the Absolute Royal Dash Sovereign, His Dash Imperial Dash Majesty, Emperor, Samhu, and Mini Dash Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote. And we would like to thank her dash Imperial Royal Princess Huhaika Samsonel. Also, all of our Imperial Dynamic Nominationals for their questions, those working behind the scenes, and our viewing audience for their attention and patience. Please mark your calendars for the September new moon. Stay tuned and ensure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to see when we go live on the new moon to continue our NAMA timeline for the Imperial and Imperial Royal Annuals. Thank you again for your attendance. for the continuation of the 70 plus 70 week prophecy of his journey, H.E.M's journey, his dash Imperial dash Majesty's journey, as well as the celebration of the Crown Day and the arrival of his dash Imperial dash Majesty's seat and solar return 58 number 3. With that, we say, Salam Alaikum with magic. May the dweller be with you, divine beings, and may you continue to be a universal traveler, dweller dash emperor, Sam Hu, and Minnie Ray. Quote, Adelo Ye, divine.
Yeesh. Smiley face. Salam alaikum, magic, y'all.
Salam
Dweller be
alaikum,
with you,
magic.
divine being.
Have a liquor with magic.
Continue to enjoy